Gu Yanchun wakes up in a familiar, blood-soaked place. Panic sets in as he asks, "Where is it?" A girl with a sword asks him again, voice echoing, "I asked you a question." He sits up against the wall, covered in blood. Phew, he sighs in relief. Who knew she would become the Sword Supreme's direct disciple someday? A powerful presence looms over them. An enormous blast erupts from the chaos of battle. With just one attack, the divine blade Whya ends countless lives with a single strike. A blade pierces through flesh, spraying blood amidst the battlefield. Whya's power is undeniable. The clash of steel echoes. Whya's sword creates a blinding flash of light in the dark battlefield. The heavenly demon, the root of all chaos, caused the great Orthodox demon war. Whya grabs Gu Yanchun, demanding, "Where did the remaining demonic humans go?" Xiala Gu demands if he feels guilty. He knows but can't speak, his vocal cords are destroyed. Suddenly, a demonic heart covered in runes appears above him, pulsing with dark energy. A demonic heart covered in runes keeps him from telling the truth. Last chance. Whya promises, "I will do everything I can to save you." She sniffs, begging him to help. Tears stream down Whya's face as she begs Gu Yanchun for information. "So, please." Whya, now known as Meteor Blade Jiang Xianyun, she's looking for her kidnapped fiancé. Gu Yanchun scoffs. She's worried more about one man than anyone else in the world. Whya continues to fight. Will Gu Yanchun ever be free from his sins? Whya says, "If I had known that you were this vile." The first time we met, Gu Yanchun remembers but wonders what Whya remembers. Gu Yanchun's eyes widen as he remembers the past. He asks, "Where?" "Right, I'm sure this is just karma catching up with me." Gu Yanchun sniffs, resigned. Whya kneels near Gu Yanchun, worried. "Gu Yanchun, what are you doing?" A terrifying demonic entity emerges from the shadows. Whya looks on in shock, asking what? Gu Yanchun wonders, "The curse placed on me, if I break the conditions." Gu Yanchun clutches his head, agonizing, "My heart will explode, killing me." A voice echoes, calling for Gu Yanchun. "Can you hear me?" It repeats, desperate. Whya asks, "Why are you suddenly blading?" Gu Yanchun can't even hear her properly anymore. Gu Yanchun grabs Whyala's hand, "As if I have excuses to give." A dark presence watches Gu Yanchun, but it's too late, there's no point anymore. The demonic entity bursts forth, overpowering Gu Yanchun. The curse activates. Gu Yanchun is injured and bleeding. Why did I live this kind of life? Gu Yanchun hears the voice clearly this time. "Brother," the voice echoes eerily. The demonic entity taunts him, "Be happy." Gu Yanchun hears his name called, fading into unconsciousness. A mysterious figure steps into the bloody scene. His footsteps echo ominously in the cavern. He is a harbinger of despair. A bloodied Whya begs, "Is it you?" She cries, "I am so sorry." Gu Yanchun hears his name echo, closer this time. Whyala's tears fall on his bloodied face. Gu Yanchun asks, "Has the moon risen yet?" He replies to his own question, "Yes, it's up there." Whyala realizes both are here then. A voice mutters, "Good," then a hand reaches out, followed by Whyala. Gu Yanchun of the Shanxi Gu clan collapses. What will become of Whyala? He was born of the Orthodox but betrayed them and became demonic, all before his death. A young Whyala offers a potato, asking, "Do you want potato?" Gu Yanchun is surprised. "Huh," he says, "he's back in the past again." Gu Yanchun is confused by the sudden change in scenery. "What?" he wonders aloud. Gu Yanchun suddenly wonders what's happening. He realizes he must have broken the heavenly demon's prohibition. Gu Yanchun writhes in pain as he feels his demonic heart explode from his chest. The pain is too much to bear. Gu Yanchun believes he died in Whyala's arms, but then he feels his heart beat normally. Gu Yanchun sees his hands are small and clean, unlike his older demonic self. He thinks he must be younger. Is it a dream? Gu Yanchun is confused and wonders if this is when he met Whyala. He tries to remember. Gu Yanchun thinks, then again, as he drops a potato, he sees Whyala. A foot stomps down, crushing the potatoes as others yell at Whyala. Gu Yanchun grits his teeth in anger. Gu Yanchun clenches his hair, gritting his teeth and mutters, "Wasn't that what I said?" Yxiala says she doesn't like potatoes. Gu Yanchun smiles and replies that he'll enjoy them, accepting the offered potato. Gu Yanchun bites into the potato and yells as the heat stings him. Yxiala laughs at his red face. A man frantically calls out, "Young master." He's relieved to find Gu Yanchun after he disappeared. Gu Yanchun suddenly remembers, "This was my bodyguard. What was his name? Muyun, was it?" An older child demands the honey cookie from a hesitant Gu Yanchun. Muyun questions the demand with a confused pardon. Gu Yanchun holds out his honey cookie to Yxiala. It's his last one. Yxiala is amazed by the cookie. She's never seen anything so shiny and delicious. Yxiala is excitedly called for, but Muyun is confused by her presence. A man shouts, "Grandfather." Yxiala is pulled into a hug. He says, "I told you not to let go of my hand." Yxiala says that she's okay as her grandfather checks her for injuries. He wonders if she caused any accidents. Yxiala tells her grandfather that she also gave Gu Yanchun a potato. Yxiala is confused as she is suddenly dragged away by her grandfather, who apologizes profusely to Gu Yanchun. Gu Yanchun smiles, waving off the elder's apologies and hands back the cookie. He thanks Yxiala for the potato. Gu Yanchun thinks he only has a honey cookie to repay her, so if it's okay, will you accept it? Yxiala beams, happy that she has Gu Yanchun's okay. She thinks the cookie is sweet and shiny. Gu Yanchun is confused as people around him are yelling about him. "Absolutely not," someone shouts. Yxiala stares, speechless. She's mesmerized by the sweet honey cookie she is holding. People realize who Gu Yanchun is. They found him. A new adventure begins. Gu Yanchun is confused by the commotion around him. He wonders what's happening. Muyun sighs with relief, asking if Gu Yanchun felt unwell suddenly. The elder is quite powerful. The narrator speaks of the three supremes and how they spread fear throughout the land. An old man wonders aloud what the Sword Supreme is doing in a place like this. A man points, remembering even if it's a dream, he almost died. He now remembers the potatoes. Gu Yanchun agrees to go back, realizing he doesn't have any regrets anymore. The scene changes to a field of flowers. A voice rings out, "It's time to wake up now." Gu Yanchun thinks, "Young master," as he stares ahead, confused by the new information. Gu Yanchun starts to worry as the dream won't end. He wonders if it's related to the heavenly demon's curse. An unknown voice calls Gu Yanchun, fascinating, wondering why he came instead of running away. Is it the heavenly demon's curse? An announcement declares that the clan head arrives. Gu Yanchun realizes it's his sister. Gu Yonseo appears, revealing herself as the clan head and the person who hated him most. Gu Yonseo tells Gu Yanchun to stop with the nonsense. She threatens him, telling him to screw off. Gu Yanchun thinks he only came because he was required. "Yes, that's my fault," he mutters to himself. Someone shouts, "Gu Yanchun," as a powerful burst of energy erupts, engulfing everything. Gu Yanchun's power erupts, his eyes glow with determination. Something has changed. Gu Yonseo states she doesn't know what trick he plans but to stop now, if he continues. Gu Yanchun is told to wait, someone is arriving. "Father, no, the clan head is coming." A man on horseback arrives, his eyes glowing red. He wonders what the commotion is all about. Gu Yanchun is kneeling, he's surrounded by higher-ups. He seems lost in thought, remembering a past scene. The minister calls out to him, interrupting his thoughts. Gu Yanchun is brought back to the present. The subordinates confirm the sword unit's status. The leader instructs the 4th sword unit to prepare themselves and report to him. Gu Yanchun wonders if this is a dream or reality. The gaze feels familiar. Another voice calls out to him, referring to him as third child. The Patriarch orders Gu Yanchun to come to his room alone, his eyes serious. Gu Yanchun's face is flushed, he asks for digestive pills. Under the moonlight, the title card reveals the story's name, Childhood Friend of the Zenith. Gu Yanchun stares down at his meal, letting out a sigh. He's deep in thought about the recent events. Gu Yanchun eats with chopsticks, but his thoughts are still elsewhere. The atmosphere, it's the same. Gu Yanchun internally complains about the uncomfortable situation. He is addressed as second child by the Patriarch, who has heard of his recent achievement. Gu Yanchun nervously responds. The girl cheerfully mentions her recent enlightenment and advancement. The Patriarch compliments her talent, urging her to continue her devotion. She gratefully responds with a thank you. He retracts his previous thoughts, seeing something unsettling in her eyes. Third child. He flinches at the Patriarch's words, surprised he knows. Yes, I had something to do, so I briefly went out. Gu Yanchun thinks the Patriarch wanted to say something. The Patriarch tells them to finish eating before getting up. The Patriarch tells Gu Yanchun to come to his room tomorrow. Gu Yanchun is shocked by this sudden order. Huh. Gu Yanchun is shocked by his situation. What's with this change? Gu Yanchun clenches his fist tightly, deep in thought. Maybe. Gu remembers his past thoughts. This means I'll kill the heavenly demon first. Gu Yanchun reflects on his past life as a demonic human for survival. Gu Yanchun reflects on his many regrets from his past life. It helped him realize things. He reflects the heavenly demon will be defeated and the demonic cult will fall. He vows to not repeat the regrets of his past life. So first. Gu Yanchun laughs at how little energy he has left. I searched my entire body. He realizes how strong she is. His sister is already a 3-star. Gu Yanchun cultivates the Gu Flame Wheel art by cultivating it slowly, as if I'm blooming a flower. Gu Yanchun focuses his energy. I'll be able to emit flaming internal energy. Gu Yanchun faces his weakness. He knows he must become stronger, quickly reaching 2-star. Gu Yanchun resolves to live a peaceful life. He vows to not use demonic power. Gu Yanchun focuses on increasing his power, channeling flaming internal energy. The problem. Gu Yanchun attempts to increase his power. Is it that if I try more, I might actually die? Gu Yanchun struggles to use his internal energy. He might suffer deviation. Still. Gu Yanchun smiles, sweat dripping down his face. I've gotten some results. Gu Yanchun, feeling powerful, declares he's already reached 2-star. He decides to keep going and advance step by step. He looks out over the sect and vows to live a different life. Gu Yanchun struggles through the pain of training. How does training make my body ache this much? Gu Yanchun lies on the ground, regretting his past inaction. It's my fault for not training until now. Gu Yanchun thinks about his upcoming meeting with the Patriarch and decides to train. A young girl, smiling, reaches out her hand and says, "Hi again." Gu Yanchun is asked if he is going home but spots something strange. He notices a strange light in the sky. It's not a star. Gu Yanchun is in shock, seeing the light intensify. One day it falls to the ground in a fiery explosion. From the explosion, grotesque monsters flood out, ready to devour the land. This was the gate of the demon realm, now unleashing chaos upon the land. These elite warriors are known as sword units, a necessity for every sect. The Gu clan boasts 5. Why Yanchun remembers living under someone's command, causing him much trouble. This is where it all began for him. He met Whya after the potato incident. This meeting was supposed to occur half a year later. However, a familiar voice breaks his train of thought. Hey, we meet again. She scrambles away, muttering about sleeping late. Gu Yanchun shouts out, wait. Whyala's eyes sparkle. Nice to meet you. From today onwards I'm. She is interrupted as she clutches her chest. An elder confronts Whyala, scolding her for being disrespectful towards the young master. Gu Yanchun is confused by the elder's words. Whyala is forced to apologize to him. Gu Yanchun is confused as a man named Why offers his servitude. He claims it's out of gratitude to the clan head. Despite Why's offer, Whyala announces she'll be assisting her grandfather. She greets him formally. He wonders if Why's offer comes directly from his father's orders. Gu Yanchun internally sighs. Gu Yanchun requests that Why address him as Yanchun instead of young master. Why understands. A servant sweeps the floor, oblivious to Gu Yanchun's internal turmoil. A wise old man stands nearby, watching carefully. A servant sweeps quietly. Gu Yanchun stares at the servant, wondering, is this right, really? Gu Yanchun ponders, before seeing Whyala carrying too many baskets of laundry. Whya struggles with her load. A servant says, "Don't be like that, I'll help." Suddenly, a dark force slams Whya to the ground. "Kaya," she screams, injured. Everyone gasps. Whya lies injured on the floor. Did someone plan an attack against her? Guonio thinks, how can she be so bad at chores? Everyone makes mistakes. Guonio clutches his head, seemingly dazed. He looks up. "Siala, where are you going?" Whya insists she was told to follow him everywhere he goes. Guonio asks who told her that. Whya calls out to her grandfather. Guonio thinks, is Whya my direct servant then? Guonio thinks, is it okay for my personal servant to be decided so haphazardly? The Sword Supreme is too much pressure. Whya happily announces, all done. She is unaware of Guonio's reaction behind her. Guonio wonders if his father knows anything about Whya. Why did he call him? Whya chases after Guonio, calling him young master. Wait. He sternly tells her to stay and learn the ropes. Whya is teary-eyed but determined. Okay. Her grandfather looks on, his gaze unreadable. Guonio walks away from Whya, thinking to himself. He wonders what awaits him on this new path. The door opens slightly as someone speaks. Hey, I'll bring you a treat, so try your best. The door is kicked open. Whya stands beaming, holding a tray of food with her servants. The strange voice continues, that's too scary. What does this unknown presence seek? Guonio wonders, we were never that close. He prepares to meet his father. Guonio is surprised by his father's sudden appearance. Okay, get inside. Guonio greets his father, the clan head, while thinking, I should have died back there. Guonio's father tells him not to ask questions yet. He'll be told everything in due time. I understand. Guonio wonders why his father sent them as servants. Did he agree on something with Whya? His father assures him not to worry. Guonio then repeats the unified dragon assembly. He is now confused. Guonio is shocked by the mention of the unified dragon assembly. Guonio wants to die, but is interrupted when his servant asks about the assembly. The sword units work to close the gates to the demon realm, risking their lives for the Gu clan. It's obvious that direct bloodline members need to attend the assembly. The servant worries that Guonio will be killed if he doesn't attend. Guonio wonders who's there, remembering that Elder Lei was especially nasty. Guonio says he's just talking to himself, as preparations are made for departure. Manhwa is asked why he's not ready, with an apology from others. It's a trio of maids serving Whya who stands embarrassed. Again, Guonio is flustered, while Whya stands sheepishly in front of him. Whya suddenly states that everyone says she's really pretty, causing confusion. Guonio, embarrassed, thinks she really is pretty, feeling flustered. Then she asks if he thinks so too. Steam comes out of Guonio's ears as he's bombarded with pretty girl power. Whya is excited, saying it's cool and fast. She thought horses were for eating, surprised they can run so fast. Guonio asks where the assembly is. Guonio is told to take a nap, but he says he couldn't sleep from training. Whya says horse meat smells funky. Guonio demands she shuts up and eats something. Whya happily munches in a pig costume. He tries to sleep. Guonio stretches, noting the huge crowds. Whya excitedly smells something delicious in the air. Chun Ishil, the vice merchant head of the Heavenly Exchange, greets Guonio. The servant says the day went smoothly thanks to Miss Gu and Elder Lei. Guonio's patience is being tested. Guonio wonders if he'll cross paths with Guonio. But that worry became reality. Flame Sword Guonio clicks her tongue, annoyed with their presence. Guonio greets Guonio and Whya. Guonio warns them to not cause trouble or shame the family name. Guonio reassures Guonio that she doesn't need to worry about him. She retorts, saying she wasn't worried anyway. Guonio sighs, asking if Guonio will act the same as usual here. Guonio asks what they're talking about, thinking he's the same as usual. Then she slams the door, walking away annoyed. The servants around them express sympathy. Guonio laughs, saying siblings always fight. Whya asks to stop by somewhere first. Why Siala's exclamation of Whya tilde echoes as they overlook a vast gathering. Why Siala exclaims at the size of the main building, never seeing anything like it. He recalls merchants evaluating each other by the money they spend on festivals. It seems like a lot. Today celebrates the sword units. Duels will be held to pick new sword unit members tomorrow. Gu Yanchun watches from the sidelines. Gu Yanchun thinks he's in control, but a sinister figure looms behind them. "So you didn't run this time," the attacker says with a menacing aura. Yanchun thinks he needs to block, but then stops in confusion. Elder Lei suddenly grabs Yanchun's head, asking what's the matter. Elder Lei then asks who said such a thing. He is visibly very upset by this. The second elder mocks Yanchun, who wants to puke, about talking back. Yanchun thinks that the second elder has always had a strange fixation on him. It's probably because he is the clan head's only son. Bears are delicious. Jang Xianyun is desperately trying to say something. She is struggling immensely with what she wants to say. The mysterious voice sounds. It seems the voice is worried about Yanchun's well-being. Someone asks about the girl. The elder dismisses them, finding the situation boring. Xianyun continues to cling to Yanchun. The second elder says that tomorrow is the Unified Dragon Assembly and Yanchun should attend it. He also says quickly. The second elder answers that's right, he's strangling him first. Xianyun is scared about Grandpa eating Yanchun. A mysterious voice watches Yanchun and Xianyun, saying there's something about him. It's the day of the Unified Dragon Assembly. Many people are starting to arrive for this big event. They think the Unified Dragon Assembly would start in the morning, but they see it's not starting until lunch. Xianyun is scared and stutters, worried that Bear Grandpa will kill Yanchun. Xianyun is told to stay in her quarters if she's scared, but she can't disobey Sword Supreme's orders. Muyun offers to defeat the second elder. Someone says Siala is not okay with giving him his head. Today is the day Siala dies. Yanchun says it's just a joke. Xianyun remembers her grandpa's saying that ghosts with full stomachs look prettier. They point out Yanchun treats the servant well and ask if they mean her. The man says that she doesn't seem to understand what a servant is. He also says that he bought it for her. A man remarks Yanchun is different from the rumors, so he has lessons to learn. Muyun is told he is reading too much. Someone asks Muyun how long he has been Yanchun's guard, aware of the rumors. Muyun has been assigned for 2 weeks. The man exclaims he missed the attack. Xianyun tells Yanchun to not wander into danger. Someone notes that the Unified Dragon Assembly is being held now. What could happen? He thinks there is no way Siala dies here. There are many people from the Gu family. Could it happen? Yanchun and Xianyun head towards the assembly. It seems the Unified Dragon Assembly is about to start. Yanchun and Muyun are walking down the street. It's crowded with people heading to the assembly. Someone whispers "Young Master." Another person comments on their horrifying expressions. Someone wonders who it could be. Yanchun thinks he can never forget this person. Yanchun notices a ring on someone's hand that has a symbol. He knows it well. It's the Hubei Peng clan with their impressive, seemingly ethereal sword. Xianyun sits quietly. It seems like she is not comfortable with the situation in the room. A marriage was arranged with the Hubei Peng clan, one of the 4 largest clans. The Gu clan must maintain their power. The Peng clan agreed to the marriage, but Gu Yanchun knows the real issue is him. His reputation precedes him. The words spoken to Whya during his past life echo in his mind. Why are you here? Gu Yanchun retorts that he has business here, not that he needs to report every step. An angry woman demands why he's talking so rudely to her. Jang Xianyun demands he remember she is older. He apologizes, seemingly fine now. An invitation is delivered. The serving staff hurries away, excusing themselves and leaving Jang Xianyun speechless. The Peng clan bid farewell to Gu Yanchun, suspecting the beautiful girl beside him is a servant. They think he's lucky to have such a cute servant. The Peng clan wonders if Gu Yanchun has changed. He grabs Jang Xianyun and calls her a daughter of a concubine. Jang Xianyun looks up, furious at Gu Yanchun's audacity, teeth bared in anger. Jang Xianyun is stunned and asks what Gu Yanchun just said. He calmly questions if he's wrong. A Hebei Peng clan member declares their willingness to endure even Gu Yanchun's terrible reputation for an arranged marriage. Meanwhile, something of violent nature occurs somewhere else. A servant pleads with Jang Xianyun to calm down for the sake of the Peng clan's reputation. Jang Xianyun is enraged, exclaiming she'll destroy the marriage. She will make Gu Yanchun pay for his insolence. Buildings collapse. Jang Xianyun feels the weight of her responsibility as a clan member. Jang Xianyun insists she's fine, but someone offers help. They want to bring snacks back to Hua. Someone notes that Gu Yanchun feels different. Jang Xianyun thinks it impossible, but maybe. Jang Xianyun is taken aback. What does Gu Yanchun mean by those words? A guard asks about the dumplings. He's told to be quiet. Someone is losing patience. A dark figure asks, "What do you mean caught?" In a distant courtyard, arrangements are being made. Whispers abound about helping or not. It's said anyone can join the assembly. Arguments arise about entry to the Unified Dragon Assembly, a common occurrence. Gu Clan's martial artist will handle this. Gu Clan orders a halt to their scuffle, but a battle is now imminent. An argument about participation ensues. One voice argues, "Can I participate now?" People remark on the fight. They want to head inside to avoid getting involved. They reluctantly walk away. The Peng clan argues that participants need to be properly identified. The guard retorts with his demonstrated skills. They say it's a problem. The clan members are shocked by Gu Yanchun's bold claim and disrespectful behavior. Now they are furious. The Peng clan members look shocked. They ask him to repeat what he said. They demand he clarifies his statement. The Gu clan estate is covered in snow. Gu Yanchun is approached by a woman who asks what he's doing and greets him. Gu Yanchun happily roasts a sweet potato by the fire. Jang Xianyun asks why he's doing that in front of her room. Ah, this. Gu Yanchun smiles, thinking the wooden plaque will make good firewood, but Jang Xianyun recognizes the plaque. Jang Xianyun questions his intentions. She says he knows what he can do with the plaque. Gu Yanchun throws the plaque into the fire, ignoring Xianyun's complaints. She retorts that he needs to act more like a successor. He thinks about what it means to be a successor. Jang Xianyun frowns, remarking how indecipherable Gu Yanchun can be at times. "Right," he mutters. Xianyun tells Yanchun he was chosen to be a successor but seems dissatisfied. He laughs and thinks it's not even close. Jang Xianyun asks why he doesn't just leave the Gu clan and come back later. Gu Yanchun is shocked by the question. A crumpled note is shown saying, "I'm gonna go out for a bit." A voice thinks that a bit means 4 months. A subordinate reports news from the beggar sect. Jang Xianyun wants to know where someone is hiding. Shan Shi. Gu Yanchun's eyes open wide as he shouts. He is in disbelief after Xianyun's question. Gu Yanchun internally yells he doesn't have time for this nonsense. A subordinate questions his identity. The man recognizes the Dark Knight blade and assumes Gu Yanchun isn't a fraud. Gu Yanchun thinks, "I'm fucked." The man introduces himself as Peng Wujin, successor of the Peng clan. He calls Gu Yanchun Grandmaster Pure Flame Fist. An elder laughs, reminiscing about the Pure Flame Fist title. "Elder, no," someone cries. "Is he really the Peng clan successor?" The man observes Gu Yanchun's features, physique, and the black ring on his finger, noting the similarities to his father. Anxious voices confirm Peng Wujin is the successor of the Peng clan. He wants to compete, but why? It's not fun in the Peng clan. Peng Wujin laughs, calling it a good reason for competing with Gu Yanchun. He says he ran away. An elder laughs hysterically, finding it amusing that Peng Wujin ran away. Another is annoyed, calling Peng Wujin stupid. An elder says he wishes his little idiot would learn from Gu Yanchun. Someone wonders why Gramps called him an idiot. A voice thinks that if he is really Peng Wujin, then he's a monster. Some people whisper about Wujin being from the Peng clan. Others agree they're both equally as stupid. Suddenly Zhang Xianyun is running shouting brother while another man spots him. Oh, look who it is, the man says. An attack breaks through the doors. The attack hits someone, causing them to spit blood and fly through the air. A powerful aura surges from Peng Wujin. You crazy son of a bitch, he thinks about Gu Yanchun. Peng Wujin yells, wait, listen to me, he seems to be in a hurry. The figure looming above asks, what do you have to say? Peng Wujin lies on the ground, begging for his life. Someone is yelling, run away from home to join another clan's sword unit. Peng Wujin is getting beaten. Someone stops the beating, saying they will kill him. Another is shocked, who dares intervene? Grandmaster Gu. A stern-looking man stands with his arms crossed, radiating power. Peng Aoi apologizes for causing trouble and says he won't forget this incident. Zhang Xianyun says they'll leave now. The man above asks Peng Wujin if it seems like he's joking. Zhang Xianyun looks shocked from the side. Peng Wujin says the Peng clan is no fun. Xianyun thinks others are more fun. You need to grow up. A voice declares only way to avoid becoming clan head is to be crippled or die. I don't want either. Peng Aoi vows to become the clan head one day. Another says he can't. An elder smirks, proposing a duel. If Gu Yanchun wins, he can participate. The second elder angrily asks if Gu Yanchun has lost his mind. An elder asks what they think of the duel's conditions. Gu Yanchun asks if he has lied. Yobai, get that bastard, someone yells. Another voice asks if he means the successor. Within 10 turns, someone declares. A powerful elder laughs maniacally from above. Gu Yanchun looks shocked as he is being suppressed. A figure attacks at extreme speeds, saying, you're so impatient. The announcer declares the long wait is over. The crowd roars in anticipation. The battle between the future leaders of the Gu clan is about to begin. It starts with Flame Sword Gu Yonseo. The announcer presents Gu Yanchun, first heir to the Gu clan. He wonders why he's here. An explosion of power erupts as Gu Yonseo collides with Gu Yanchun. The force of impact shakes the arena. The arena floor cracks under the immense pressure. An old man watches with rapt attention from the crowd. The old man wipes sweat from his brow, declaring victory after his spar. Someone asks if he was supposed to dodge. He insists it was just a spar they both agreed on earlier. He'll wake up. The pure flame fist declares he won't die alone. Peng Aoi hopes for a lonely death. He laughs, confessing he suggested the match for amusement. Gu Yanchun wonders how he became an elder. A little girl excitedly recounts the battle. She mimics Gu Yanchun getting slammed into the ground with gestures and sound effects. A voice chuckles, complimenting someone's eye for talent before offering a present. A large pastry fills the panel as a cute girl is ecstatic for the food. Xiala liked Bear Grandpa from the start. Gu Yanchun refuses, saying he doesn't like sweets and wonders why the sudden announcement. The arena is set for the battle. Gu Yonseo and Gu Yanchun stand apart ready. Gu Yonseo questions why Gu Yanchun isn't using a sword against her. Gu Yanchun questions whether he used a sword back then. The Gu Flame Wheel arts use various weapons. Gu Yanchun wonders if not using a sword will seem weird. Gu Yonseo doesn't care how he fights. I'm grateful. Gu Yonseo smiles, declaring she's happy to have this opportunity. Gu repeats the word questioningly. She smiles wide with a malicious grin, a legitimate chance to beat him. Gu Yanchun wonders why he needs to participate in a match against his sister. A voice tells the man not to shout, but the man insists he wants excitement. A young man grumbles, calling him a crazy geezer. A voice breaks through Gu Yanchun's thoughts. He's asked if he really wants to lose in front of everyone. A voice questions if he plans to lose, but he vows not to waste his chance. He thinks he doesn't want to waste energy on a pointless fight this time. Moreover, my dear brother. Gu Yonseo's body is coated in swirling energy as she stares intensely. I despise you to death. The word begin signals the start of their fierce match. Energy explodes as Guonio strikes with deadly intent. The energy from Guonio's attack crashes towards Guonchun. She is determined to end it quickly. Guonio's attack narrowly misses Guonchun. She wonders how he is dodging her superior attacks. He knows he's moving half a beat earlier than her, but it's tiring. He questions if he'll survive even one of her attacks. Guonchun knows he still only knows how to dodge. Guonio's strike sends Guonchun crashing down, leaving a trail of dust. The impact resonates through the arena. He declares if she swings with obvious intent, it's easy to dodge. He wonders how much murderous intent she has. Guonio unleashes a blazing sword strike. The attack burns brightly as it cuts through the air. Guonchun realizes Guonio coated her sword with martial energy. Her level is beyond 3-star. Her strikes continue to batter Guonchun. Guonio screams that he always runs away. Guonio yells that he doesn't do anything. She adds that he is talentless and doesn't even put in effort. Guonio screams at Guonchun to disappear. He thinks, wondering how he'll survive. Sparks fly as Guonio's blade cuts close. Guonchun barely dodges the deadly attack. Guonio screams a cruel insult to Guonchun, referencing his deceased mother. He opens his eyes. Guonchun's eyes glow red with dark energy. He stares intently at his sister, gripping her blade. Guonchun recalls how his older sister, Gugu, was the coolest person. But despite Guonio's popularity, Yeonchun knows he will be the next clan head. He hated Guonchun, but his mother was kind to him. One day, she disappeared. As the rain falls, a body lies still as the father forbids the search. Nobody searched for his mother, and that was when Yeonchun changed. He became sharp and acted out. Despite scandalous rumors, he was still next in line to become clan head. Guonio thought he was ignoring her and her hard work. Darkness falls and Guonchun's eyes gleam with a fierce, unknown intensity. A mysterious power surrounds Guonchun. He mutters it's dangerous as dark forces approach him. Guonio unleashes her sword. Her blade strikes with incredible force as she overwhelms her opponent. Guonio's fist comes at blinding speed. A shocked spectator mutters, Guonio. Flame Sword Guonio asks what the fighters are saying but is told she can't hear them. The elder suppresses their voices. They tell Peng Wujin not to embarrass the clan. Others compliment Guonio's skills during the Unified Dragon Assembly. It wasn't her they were looking for, they wanted to know about Yeonsio's younger siblings. They know the twins are the younger siblings. Someone muses the Gu clan has more than the Sword Phoenix. Guonchun smirks, his hand resting on what appears to be a table. Guonchun thinks to himself, that's why I want to have fun before I become the clan head. He knows that time is limited. He thinks I need to dodge as an attack nears. He realizes this is the opportunity to strike. The enemy attacks, a voice echoes with power declaring is mine. He remembers thinking it's okay if you hate me. He'd come to accept it. He declares he will get them to understand. The impact shakes everything nearby. Guonchun grits his teeth, focusing all of his power as the attack lands. The fiery clash erupts, power against power in a blinding display of strength. The explosion sends Guonchun flying. He crashes to the ground, seemingly defeated. Despite the powerful explosion, Guonchun pulls off a win, much to everyone's surprise. He thinks winning wasn't in my plans, damn it, he didn't expect the 2-star energy to knock her unconscious. I hope nothing happens. The girl, fueled by rage, shouts, you should have just disappeared. Her eyes burn with fury. Guonchun sits alone, head bowed low in the night. Someone calls, young master. The others ask, are you okay, are you hurt? Guonchun replies, well, yeah. Others note the second elder has improved things since the Unified Dragon Assembly. Guonchun brushes off the fight, but she says, no. Guonchun struggles to bandage her wound. Is this how you do it? I don't think so. Guonchun bandages her wound as she warns him to be careful. He is confused. The others introduce themselves, including someone named Whya. He's shocked to see Guonchun, who asks to leave. An engagement is mentioned. The person shouts for his brother, maniacally laughing. He wants to reconcile. Peng Wujin insists Yanchun call him brother. Yanchun thinks it won't benefit him. Others whisper, surprised by the Gu family talent. Yanchun, surprised, realizes Peng Wujin knows his sister. Peng Wujin grins, declaring they're super close. Peng Wujin says if they don't know, then they're not close. He laughs maniacally. Yanchun seems suspicious. An unknown character pauses, seemingly lost in thought as they stand still. Gu Yanchun is asked if he has anything to say, but she recalls their engagement breaking off. I wanted to hit you with a chair. Young Whya looks up, muttering a soft sorry. Yanchun recalls his past actions and what he said to her. The young girl asks him to apologize. After some thought, she meekly says okay. Peng Wujin tells him not to lose what he gave him. Yanchun is confused by the sudden gift. What is this? In the distance, a figure says goodbye. A young Gu Yanchun stands alone in the dark. As the carriage arrives, Gu Yanchun whispers Siala. He reflects on his past, confused that he defeated his sister. The memories of how Siala began working as a servant return to him. Gu Yanchun feels a shift, thinking, something has changed. I need to move faster. A voice suddenly commands Muyun to check the demon's sensing charm. Muyun is taken aback by the sudden order, the demon's sensing charm. The charm remains dark, so Gu Yanchun is told to relax. Suddenly, a loud voice booms, everyone stop. The mounted guards warn that they are approaching a gate to the demon realm. They emphasize Gu Yanchun's safety above all else. Ignoring the guard's warning, Gu Yanchun replies, I'll listen to the sermons later. He sees a bright light and is told to look ahead. But the light is destroyed by a massive, grotesque, three-headed beast emerging from the forest gate. Before anyone can react, the three-headed beast unleashes a fiery blast. Green means it's the lowest level of danger. It may be tricky. The voice states the situation is manageable, but Gu Yanchun notices something. The demonic. Gu Yanchun realizes they're similar to hearts for monsters. He knows they die when extracted, an easy task. Gu Yanchun struggles to maintain the Gu flame wheel arts. However, if I want to survive. Gu Yanchun knows he must fight, realizing, I need to use the flame wheel arts. Gu Yanchun ignites the Gu flame wheel arts, his sword blazing with power. He prepares to strike. The three-headed beast is surrounded by a fiery aura. Gu Yanchun's sword glows red, ready for battle. As Gu Yanchun's sword ignites, he exclaims, Whoa, was he always that strong? The bodyguard asks, Young master, are you okay? Gu Yanchun replies, Thanks, you saved me. With the beast defeated so quickly, the voice remarks, You're done already, that was fast. He is told that they were lucky that the monster was weak. Gu Yanchun chuckles, well, what's good is good, right? After defeating the beast, he is reminded to evacuate to a safe location. Young master, your heir. The bodyguard shouts, Why, young master, what's the matter? Gu Yanchun is gripped by a sudden, intense pain. Gu Yanchun realizes that the pain comes from the heavenly demon's energy absorption technique. Purple energy expands rapidly, a sign of the demon well's activation and growing power. Collapsed and covered in blood, Gu Yanchun questions, Why did you do this? Standing amidst the carnage, the shadowy figure is asked, What did we do to you? The shadowy figure extends a hand, holding a dark, pulsing energy. Gu Yanchun lies defeated below. Gu Yanchun, weakened, struggles to speak, managing only sect. The shadowy figure watches. Sect leader booms the figure, the blossom, it wasn't terrible, the demonic well pulses. The massive demonic dragon appears, its immense presence overwhelming the battlefield. The well's power surges. Gu Yanchun kneels, defeated, while the demonic dragon towers in the distance, its power immense. The heavenly demon is, he thinks, realizing the truth. The shadowy figure stares down at Gu Yanchun, their voice echoing with twisted satisfaction. Gu Yanchun wonders what is happening as he's being consumed. What is this? Is his energy being purified? As he's being consumed, Gu Yanchun realizes, I don't think this ever happened in my previous life. His bodyguards call out. Amidst the carnage, someone asks, Are you all right? Gu Yanchun weakly replies, Oh, yeah. Gu Yanchun insists he's fine, but he knows he must hide the truth. Nothing good will come out of this. Someone calls out to him. Xiala cradles his face, concerned. You look super hurt. Is it painful? Guyan. Xiala worries, but the guard says should be helping him, not annoying him. A bodyguard offers an apothecary. The guards prepare to leave as Gu Yanchun thinks, I don't feel any demonic energy. The earth cracks as Gu Yanchun thinks, I need to get moving. Gu Yanchun is called by someone. There are cookies for sale. The merchant offers honey cookies. The girl is shocked when she hears this. So what? Gu Yanchun is questioned about buying honey cookies for Xiala. Someone asks why Gu Yanchun is at the market. They point out his poor health after the Unified Dragon Assembly. The voice understands Gu Yanchun's motivations but says it's not the right time. Gu Yanchun is quiet and thinks. Gu Yanchun tells Xiala to go home and asks Muyun to follow him. Xiala is confused by his abrupt change in plans. He tells his subordinates to return to the clan, saying he'll be back later. Xiala is concerned by his words. Xiala asks for dumplings too with a smile. Gu Yanchun is happy with her request. Of course, he replies, a smirk on his face. Gu Yanchun takes Xiala's hand. Then shall we get going? He tells her she'll find out where they're going soon. Muyun senses a hidden danger. Gu Yanchun confirms his suspicions, already aware of the risks. Gu Yanchun declares, oh, found it. In the distance is their destination, the Peng clan estate. Gu Yanchun notes that they've arrived. Muyun wonders why they're here, sensing something amiss. Gu Yanchun is impressed by Muyun's perception. He feels a deeper threat coming from the building itself. Who's this brat? Says someone. The guards discuss their next move. Some want to kill them. One points out Muyun has a sword. Someone's hand grabs Gu Yanchun's sword. A voice warns, kiddo, this isn't a peaceful town to be poking around in. The man asks what brought them to their town. He's not impressed by Gu Yanchun's attitude and threatens him. The man demands to know how dare he step foot here, urging Gu Yanchun to back down. Gu Yanchun states they already knew. Gu Yanchun demands, before things turn into something you fear, bring me the regional manager. The man mocks Gu Yanchun, calling him disrespectful. He notes their group doesn't appear very polite either. The man's eyes are filled with malice. He lets out a derisive laugh. The man says, guys, let's show this kid the real rules of this place. From above, a voice orders, get them. The guards lunge forward to attack. Before the man can finish his taunt, another voice booms, do not think of laying a finger. The order is given, the guards fall, blood spurting everywhere. On the young master's body, the voice concludes. Seeing the bodies drop, Gu Yanchun thinks, crap, he's still the heir of the Gu clan after all. The voice is shocked he wasn't guarded and thinks he can't bring a child to the manager. He wonders what he should do. The guards are confused as they ask, what did he say? Well, another replies. Gu Yanchun thinks they are planning something. Tusk, I guess I have no choice. He orders Muyun screw them all up. The leader tells them to sheath their swords. A man inside says, the regional manager wants to meet you. Gu Yanchun clicks his tongue, regretting his approach. He orders Muyun sheath your sword. Gu Yanchun thinks going to the beggar's sect is no big deal. However, there are still problems. The voice decides the request is too problematic. He must go somewhere else. If the beggar's sect is the best for information, the Hao sect is the opposite. They enter a dimly lit room. A voice booms a welcome as they reach the end of the stairs. I am. The man, Du Hao, leader of the Shanxi branch, admits he was surprised by the visit. He brushes off their apologies, asking about the commission. Du Wenchu wonders why they bypassed the beggar sect to find the Hao sect for the job. He explains the beggar sect can't handle it. Du Wenchu apologizes if he made them uncomfortable because of their last name. They need to be careful. Gu Yanchun continues pressing, determined to get help from the Hao sect. Du Wenchu agrees but needs details. A boy a bit older than 10. Du Wenchu examines the request, looking hesitant. He apologizes, retracting his agreement to take on the commission. Du Wenchu explains the previous client sought the protector, not the boy. Oh yeah. Gu Yanchun smiles confidently, crossing his arms, as Du Wenchu refuses the job. Du Wenchu slams his fist on the table, cracking it under the pressure. A figure emerges from the shadows with a drawn sword. The figure moves quickly, kicking up dust. A sinister energy fills the room. The sword-wielding figure stops mid-motion. I thought you weren't going to come out aggressively. Gu Yanchun states he isn't there to talk in riddles. It is a fact. Gu Yanchun taps the table confidently. You should confirm it yourself. Du Yanchun clenches his fists, suggesting they ask the beggar sect instead. Gu Yanchun simply replies, I understand. Gu Yanchun waits patiently, his question sharp. Good, how long will it take? The figure states conservatively it'll take around 3 months. Gu Yanchun agrees that it's fine. Gu Yanchun seems to ponder as he thinks. Du Wunchu realizes the location is the sharp mountain range. He looks worried. A stone door appears with a voice stating, this is your advance. Du Wunchu sits at the table. Muyun is on guard behind Gu Yanchun. The figure is surprised by the sharp mountain range, questioning if he can be trusted. The figure realizes Gu Yanchun knew they were coming out aggressively. The figure seems confused by this information. The figure struggles with the collar of their uniform, appearing uncomfortable. Is it okay for you to take it off? The Hao sect are those who typically don't follow their sect leader, which explains the figure's need to hide. Above, a man observes with a dark expression. Below, a figure huddles in a cell, muttering, Father. The man breathes a sigh of relief, believing they've successfully navigated the situation, exiting through the door. The figure breathes a sigh of relief that his little bit of information became of use. The Hao sect leader was captured by the Dark Knight Palace for 5 years. During the battle, the Hao sect leader dies. What will the future hold? The figure's actions lead to the Hao sect's demise, but something changes. He reflects that he doesn't know the Dark Knight Palace's location, so this was lucky. A past flashback shows the person who the Dark Knight Palace want to find. I need to do this to find him. Gu Yanchun realizes even why Xiala struggled against this enemy's tactics. If he delays, it will benefit the demonic cult. Gu Yanchun realizes with a smirk that the Hao sect wasn't as informed as he thought. Yeah, I'll only be able to get him in the summer. Gu Yanchun realizes something important. Isn't it around now that the secret chamber is discovered? Gu Yanchun reflects. Spiritual pills propelled some individuals to great heights, but at what cost? He'll become a demonic human. Gu Yanchun says there's no helping it. Gu Yanchun says let's give up, while smiling. Yanchun is internally monologuing about how hidden Zhuge Hayuk is. Why Xiala is confused. Gu Yanchun exclaims that he'll make someone happier. A method comes rolling to his doorstep. The old man laughs, revealing that he came because Yanchun was causing trouble. The old man laughs carelessly while people work hard. Gu Ryan appears suddenly, enraged at the sight of him. He grabs the old man roughly. Gu Yanchun questions the man's sweeping skills, staring at the broken broom. The old man doubts the reason for his visit, just to see that boy. The old man felt someone powerful, as he thinks about Gu Yanchun's training refusal 6 months ago. Gu Yanchun's flame wheel art has stabilized quickly. His progress astounds the old man. The old man sips his tea, pondering Gu Yanchun's potential. He suspects the first elder might intervene soon. He wonders if the first elder is watching. Where is that boy now? Why Xiala looks confused by his question. He presses further, demanding to know what she thinks of coming to him. He yells, I can make you happier than he can. Ciala explains she'll reveal how things happened. She dreamed last night, but it wasn't pleasant. Ciala hurt people in the dream. Ciala dreamed of hurting people, destroying a house and that man. A dark figure says, if I just had a little more time. Why Ciala whispers you. Why Ciala is shocked and confused by the dream of her hurting people. Her eyes are wide with worry. Why Ciala muttered sorry. Chun while crying, awakening from a nightmare. Ciala is scared. Ciala must have arrived before Gu Yanchun. Someone was in the courtyard before him. Gu Yanchun steps in front of Ciala, holding her protectively. She's my servant, he declares. Someone watching him wonders why he wants Ciala. He notices him blushing as the man apologizes. I have wronged you, young Gu master. Gu Juliop introduces himself, requesting a spar. Gu Yanchun immediately refuses, claiming he's not doing it. Gu Juliop asks if they are running away, then if they are scared. He laughs at their weakness. Gu Juliop remains silent at Gu Yanchun's response. He caused a mess during his sister's spar, why would he fight a nobody? Gu Juliop tells them that he'll head off, after having seen them both. The second elder stops him, saying Gu Juliop came from afar. The second elder greets him warmly. Do you know him? The second elder states that Juliop is the first elder's grandson and comments on their similar faces. The elder asks, do you want to fight this lad? The second elder wonders if this was an order from the first elder. He thought the interest was martial arts, but it's just politics. A large, looming figure manipulates Gu Yanchun like a puppet. Also, he can defeat Gu Yonseo and ruin the elder's plan. Gu Yanchun refuses to fight Juliop. He knows the first elder wants to crush him. Gu Yonseo knows Juliop is stronger. He doesn't want to fight a losing battle or be involved in politics. Someone suddenly grabs Ciala's hand, stopping her. Hold on, they yell. The man boldly claims Yanchun is undeserving of her attention. He suggests she go to him instead. Hey. Suddenly, a dark voice echoes, telling him to remove his hand. Follow me. Another swordsman stands firm and ready to strike. Gu Yanchun starts to regret his choices immediately. The elder pats Gu Yanchun on the head, pushing him into fighting some new martial artists. Seems like there is a favor coming. The elder states he has no reason to help Gu Yanchun. The elder grabs Gu Yanchun by his collar and is shocked. He denies wanting the clan head position. The elder questions Gu Yanchun being clan head. Gu Yanchun explains it's not his wish. Gu Yanchun bargains for a favor. The elder says he will do Gu Yanchun a favor if he wins. Time to win. The young martial artist asks if Gu Yanchun is ready, who replies he's somewhat ready. The young martial artist apologizes for what's about to happen. Gu Yanchun is confused. The martial artist states he went too hard on Gu Yanchun last year. Gu Yanchun denies it all happening. The martial artist continues, stating that Gu Yanchun is too weak. It is all coincidence. He hates harassing the weak and more. The martial artist continues, but he questions how Gu Yanchun could be clan head. Gu Yanchun unleashes his power. The second elder is surprised by his potential. Gu Juliop says he'd like something if he wins. The elder questions his demands. He wants that made. Gu thinks to himself, haha, this little. He begins emanating a red glow as his anger takes hold. The elder laughs manically, signaling the duel to begin. Gu Yanchun's fate is sealed. Gu Juliop asks him what he is waiting for. He will let him attack first. Gu Juliop mocks Gu Yanchun's perceived weakness. Is that why he is so afraid? He is confident of his victory. Gu Juliop believes Gu Yanchun is weak. He's overwhelmed with his own power. He's struggling, Gu Juliop thinks. I knew it. Gu Juliop believes Gu Yanchun is out of energy. He asks if he can attack first. Is this his chance? Gu Juliop is on the ground after a powerful attack from Gu Yanchun. Yes, come. Gu Juliop has been kicked in the face by Gu Yanchun. Gu Juliop is on the ground saying, that was a good move, but you're too slow. Gu Juliop's attack connects, sending a shockwave through the arena. Gu Yanchun barely manages. Gu Juliop is sent flying back by a mysterious burst of energy. The duel takes an unexpected turn. Gu Juliop coughs up blood after the powerful attack. Get up while I'm letting you, Gu Juliop says. Gu Juliop warns Gu Yanchun not to cry about an ambush later. He apologizes for underestimating him and says he was lacking. Gu Yanchun smiles and declares he hasn't even attacked yet. Where will he strike? Gu Yanchun knows he can't waste any more time. He must find a way to win. Gu Yanchun realizes he only has 7 minutes to win this fight. He must watch out for his swordsmanship. A blazing inferno surrounds the fighters. Gu Juliup prepares to meet Gu Yanchun's fiery attack. Gu Yanchun unleashes a fiery attack. He must use his limited time effectively to defeat Gu Juliup. Their power clash creates a blinding inferno. Gu Juliup sees the connections in Gu Yanchun's attack. However, it also means Gu Yanchun has trained hard. Gu Yanchun calculates how to disable Gu Juliup's power. Severing him will stop him in his tracks. The fiery clash explodes with tremendous force, creating shockwaves. Gu Yanchun's attack connects. Is Gu Juliup defeated already? Gu Juliup is shocked by Gu Yanchun's power. This intense heat energy will end it. Gu Yanchun is determined. His face shows his resolve as he prepares for his next attack. Gu Yanchun coughs up blood, the force of the blow sending him staggering back, pain searing through his body. Gu Yanchun retaliates, a fiery energy gathering around his hand to strike. The force of his attack explodes outwards, sending rock and debris flying everywhere. Gu Yanchun is buried. Trapped and battered, Gu Yanchun struggles to move, asking, "Do you know what I hate most?" Gu Yanchun's eyes glow with rage, fueled by the overwhelming power of the heavenly demon. "I fucking hate that," he shouts, veins pulsing in his clenched hand. He doesn't deserve it. He contemplates breaking his arm, a sinister thought creeping into his mind. An elderly man praises Gu Yanchun's efforts. Suddenly, a voice echoes, declaring, "That's enough." The intensity of the battle leaves a lasting mark on the courtyard. Gu Yanchun is told he was too harsh, but they say he should have been prepared. Someone asks if Gu Yanchun is worried about the first elder's reaction. Gu Yanchun says he doesn't care about being clan head. Gu Yanchun wonders when she'll wield a sword, yet she just eats cookies. He is confused. Whya is munching on cookies, prompting Gu Yanchun to think, "I don't think she's always been this stupid either." He wonders how their first meeting went this winter. She asks if he's alright, saying she knew he hurt his head. "Make me captain before you go to heaven." An elder sternly questions Gu Yanchun. "Where are you going?" He laughs, but they tell him to keep his promise. Gu Yanchun smiles, thinking his task is trivial, but a man points a finger. Gu Yanchun points and demands, "Send me to Sichuan." The elder is shocked. Sichuan. Gu Yanchun retorts that if the elder can do better, he should just go. He says. Gu Yanchun is told to attend the Tang Weapons Exhibition. He exclaims, "A." The Tang Weapons Exhibition is held every year, with artisans showing off their craft. Gu Yanchun says going was just a joke. The elder realizes Gu Yanchun wants to go to Sichuan badly, and fears he's getting old. The elder, annoyed, agrees to send Gu Yanchun to Sichuan. "I'll show you the power of an elder." Gu Yanchun nervously attempts to retract his statement, offering, "Please, just give me something else." Gu Yanchun says there's no way that's possible. He is told it's an urgent order. Gu Yanchun looks on, confused as a carriage arrives to escort him. He thinks, huh. The elder says it's time to work, but Gu Yanchun seems surprised. The elder asks if he expects him to do all the work. Gu Yanchun sighs and states he is bored and needs to be heard. He seems to have sent someone to tell me his worries. A few days ago, the clan head asked about the immortal physician. Gu Yanchun stands still, a moment of silence passing between him and the elder. He heads outside towards his impending task. The elder, tired of the games, asks if his granddaughter was Whya. Whya thinks to herself, she didn't seem human. The elder sternly warns Gu Yanchun that he's crossing the line. A figure says, "Watch your mouth." A figure with glowing swords is visible above, their presence immense. The elder speaks of presence. Gu Yanchun recalls meeting her at the Unified Dragon Assembly. She had no presence at all. He says immortal physician can fix her. A powerful figure tells Gu Ryan that it's enough, stating, "Divine skills, you better give up that dream." Gu Yanchun says he'll defend her, but what he wants is not important. He wonders if she is not human. Gu Yanchun is surrounded by swords, thinking, I just need to make up for what she lacks in humanity. A few hours later, the Sword Supreme will realize why Whya is gone. Under the moonlight, the group rations their food, planning for the journey to Sichuan. They wonder where Gu Yanchun went, guessing he is training since he must be bored. Gu Yanchun unleashes a flurry of punches in the dark forest, training intensely. His breath heavy, Gu Yanchun finishes his intense training, ready to rest. Gu Yanchun collapses from exhaustion. His inner energy is depleted after only a few moves. He realizes he needs more power. Gu Yanchun studies the demonic stone and the technique to absorb inner energy, but it also corrupts the body with demonic energy. Gu Yanchun tests the demonic stone, using his flame wheel art to refine the energy. He feels no demonic energy, a surprising result. Gu Yanchun sits in meditation, haunted by a demonic presence. I can't go back to the demonic path, he thinks, screaming in terror. Gu Yanchun is confused and exhausted from training as he hears voices nearby. The guard notices someone has collapsed outside the carriage. Young Gu Yanchun peeks from inside, surprised. A guard yells, "Young master," as he sees Yanchun collapse outside the carriage. From inside the carriage, a giggle can be heard. Hee, I ended up coming, she says happily. Whya wants to join them. Whya questions why she was left behind last time. You mean at the Unified Dragon Assembly? Someone asks. An old man instructs Whya to carry some books. The servants know Whya isn't good at housework. She has no choice now. Inside the carriage, Whya suddenly says, "Wait," hearing a voice. Who? Whya falls from the carriage, screaming as she hits the ground. Whya asks who pushed her, telling them to stop playing pranks. She's scared and thinks she needs to get out of there. Whya collapses on the food wagon, exhausted. She murmurs, feeling sleepy, and seems to be apologizing. The guards announce the preparations are complete and the carriage is ready. Let's get going. Whya realizes where the voice is coming from. It's him, she exclaims, realizing Gu Yanchun is nearby. She is excited to finally see him. Whya exclaims that's what happened. Someone replies they heard her the first time. She screams, "Ah," hearing a voice telling her to go back. The guard yells, calling out for the young master. Meanwhile, Whya and another person discuss eating animals. I tried eating an owl, they're really chewy. The guard says they lack food, but Whya wants a cookie. Let's trade this for a cookie, then someone yells, "No." Someone steals the cookie. Whya screams about her cookie and then hears, "I should have sent you back." Gu Yanchun is still thinking and then Muyun speaks to him telepathically. He stops and says, "Yes, I'm aware." Gu Yanchun thinks, "I knew it was too peaceful," then realizes that there are enemies approaching. It seems like 4. The enemy ambushes the carriage. Gu Yanchun thinks 1, 2, as he looks at the 3-headed beast. A powerful figure with a sword stands before them, lightning crackling around. The group is in danger as they are confronted. The Sword Supreme's attack sends the 3-headed beast flying away from the group. The Sword Supreme speaks, "I wasn't able to protect them properly." Someone asks who she's talking to. "Over here, miss," someone yells. Gu Yanchun looks confused, then realizes something bad has happened. "Shit!" He curses as he looks down and sees the pool of blood and a fallen sword. The Sword Supreme's words echo, "It looks like you're headed to Sichuan." She murmurs, "There's no one here." The Sword Supreme asks, "Could I come with you?" A mysterious request is made to the group. The Sword Supreme introduces herself as Namgung Baya. She wonders what's going on and why she's here. A raven pecks at a fallen warrior on a bloody battlefield. Death lingers in the air. The battlefield is littered with corpses soaked in blood. A figure looms asking, "You're the only survivor, did you kill them all?" The woman asks what the cult leader said. The cloaked figure smirks, hinting at fabricated orders. Gu Yanchun orders Siala to follow. She initially heads the wrong way, prompting him to correct her. He sighs, already exhausted by this encounter. She wants to know if the Sword Supreme is strong, concern in her eyes. She silently contemplates his sword skills, comparing them to the cult leaders. She mutters, "Ha, you crazy." A wave of dark energy washes over Siala, accompanied by a chilling voice calling her a bitch. She braces herself, her eyes hardening with determination as the power surrounds her. Siala stands firm, a whirlwind of demonic energy radiating from her. The voice resonates, "What the heck?" Siala asks if he wanted to fight. Gu Yanchun responds with "Ha." Gu Yanchun instructs Siala that she's going the wrong way. Irritated, he has to spell things out. Gu Yanchun sighs. He doesn't want her mentioning the three Supremes, threatening to rip her apart if she does. Siala points down a path, suggesting it's a shortcut. Siala wonders what Gu Yanchun is as she arrives at their destination in a day. This insane bitch. Namgung Baya took 4 times as long. The woman asks if they are heading to Sichuan. A carriage arrives, a man questions her identity. Siala looks up, responding calmly, "Is that so?" Siala gathers demonic energy. Lightning crackles around her, ready to strike. The pressure intensifies. Gu Yanchun realizes Siala is about to use a powerful technique, the ruler's sword form. A massive explosion of demonic energy erupts. Siala admits it's all she can do for now. Standing among the wreckage, Siala wonders aloud if it was enough proof. A nearby man scoffs, amused to see Namgung's power. Gu Yanchun politely declines an offer of accompaniment, citing her martial arts prowess. Siala stares blankly, a frog impaled on a spear cooking over the fire. Someone observes she plans to sleep there. Gu Yanchun thinks ignoring Siala is the best approach. She is tailing them anyway. Siala gleefully shows how to skin a frog. Gu Yanchun is disgusted by her cooking methods, exclaiming, "Oi, what do you think you're doing?" Gu Yanchun is annoyed. He wonders why a noble like her travels alone. Why follow me? Gu Yanchun realizes Siala is following him. He questions why she's trailing him since he's not even going to Sichuan. He observes that they weren't actually heading towards Sichuan. Siala is surprised by this revelation, looking around. Siala is surprised to hear they are not heading to Sichuan. Gu Yanchun internally regrets not getting rid of her. He tells her to do what she wants, he will ignore her. Gu Yanchun refuses to reveal his name. A voice interrupts, introducing him as Gu Julyop. Siala apologizes to Julyop. 2 days later, Julyop is distracted when someone shouts, "Look, it's a squirrel." Siala and Baya chatted non-stop after getting off the carriage. Gu Yanchun tells them to get back in. Gu Yanchun says he doesn't want her to ride with them. Muyun asks how much longer until they arrive. Gu Yanchun sighs, he knows he has no choice. He suggests going to a nearby village. A long journey is coming to an end. The two are happy they don't have to sleep outside tonight, but one wants more. The group's arrival leads to a discussion about Siala's legs. One wants her to get off, the other offers a ride. She notices someone approaching with the same outfit. A familiar face rushes forward, calling out "Sister." The sister is worried sick about her sister. After all, she disappeared not even a day in. An elegant man appears, introducing himself as Namgung Chunjun from the Namgung clan. Gu Jialyup is excited to meet him. The man looks displeased and says, "Why are you with my sister?" They reply that they came across each other on the way to Sichuan. Chunjun claims his sister is intruding but offers a room. The sister declines. The servant informs that there are no rooms available. Prepare to camp out. Namgung Baya's family, brother, the clan head, and disciples all dead. She rose to fame. Gu Yonseo thinks about the Namgung clan's ruler's sword form. Namgung Baya possesses power but holds no title or fame. The brother seems normal. Gu Yanchun enters to greet Chun Jun. He asks if he slept well. Thanking him for the room, Chun Jun suddenly grabs Gu Yanchun. You should know your place. Chun Jun's apology sounds insincere. He tells Gu Yanchun that he doesn't deserve to talk to his sister. Chun Jun threatens Yanchun, telling him he'll cut him in half. He doesn't understand how Yanchun seduced his sister. Chun Jun proposes breakfast, but Yonseo looks surprised. Gu Yanchun reflects they were all insane. Then he hears someone, "Did you sleep well?" He asks when they'll leave the place. Learning that they will leave after breakfast, Yanchun is relieved. He seems normal. Thankful, he urges them to hurry away from the Namgung. Gu Yonseo apologizes to Yanchun, offering some dumplings. The dumplings here are good. Yanchun offers his dumpling, but Baya objects, "Do we have to eat together?" Yanchun tells Yonseo it is fine for her to eat with him. A glare intensifies. The group is eating, but one is being observed. A person is suspicious. A sudden announcement cuts through, "I'm full." Someone states they don't want to meet again after the meal, then to enjoy it. Namgung Baya is expressionless. The demonic Blade Empress is caught off guard. Chun Jun asks why she is sitting over there by herself instead of with them. Namgung Baya is radiating dark energy. The other two apologize for not sitting with them. Chun Jun stops his sister. "Sister, you're not done eating. Where are you going?" Chun Jun smiles. "You think you can fool me?" He then crushes a glass in his hand, shattering it. Chun Jun is glaring and says, "I hate it when people interfere in our relationship." Gu Yanchun questions why she's following. She corrects him, stating she is accompanying them, not following. Gu Yanchun sighs. A voice declares they've arrived in Sichuan, home of the Tang clan. The voice explains the Gu clan is an extremely prestigious orthodox clan. They've been in Sichuan for centuries. 3 clans are depicted. The Tang clan's expertise lies in poison and weaponry. 3 days, he thinks. He needs to find the treasure within 3 days of the exhibition ending. Xiala is fascinated by the spaciousness. He wonders how to find it in such a large city. If he fails, he will leak it to the beggar sect. Xiala's sudden outburst startles Gu Yanchun. He wonders why she is here with them. Xiala points at the fireflies, excited by their dance in the moonlight. She mentions a pretty lake. Xiala grabs Gu Yanchun's hand, excited to go together. She wants to look around the city. He realizes it's as big as she said. He wonders how large the clan must be. Siala exclaims. He asks where Siala could be hiding. Siala tells him to cut it out. Gu Yanchen asks where someone would hide something valuable here. Siala wonders why they would hide it. An unknown person demands their identities. The same voice declares outsiders aren't allowed here. Gu Yanchen realizes he forgot about someone related to the Tang clan. The one who stopped thousands of demonic humans, she asks, "Who are you?" Bodies litter the ground. A figure stands above the carnage, declaring, "All done." What does this mean for Gu Yanchen and his mission? Someone questions if she is the Poison Queen. They tell her she is foolish for guarding the place alone. The woman states that nothing would change. He wonders why she would even come. She smirks, declaring it a stupid question, a killing blow. The demonic human declares her time is up. She accepts her fate but apologizes. Her captor questions her sanity. The woman, seemingly broken, believes she should have let go earlier. The man questions her sanity. The Poison Queen asks if she can make one last selfish request. "You" is all she manages to utter before she collapses. Gu Yanchen's eyes glow with ominous power as he stares at the fallen. Gu Yanchen stares down at Poison Queen Tang Soyal. The gravity of the moment hangs heavy. Gross, he thinks as he sees her bloody hand. Gu Yanchen realizes he's facing the Poison Queen. She demands he answer or she'll call the guards. Tang Soyal apologizes for her outburst. Gu Juliop is surprised, unable to speak. She demands their business. They imply he is an outsider. Siala's friend says their kin allowed it. Gu Yanchen decides to leave anyway. Gu Juliop is called rude. Tang Soyal responds to Gu Juliop's identity, wondering why she glared so harshly. She didn't like him. Gu Juliop sighs at Soyal's comment. Soyal believes handsome men act rude. It seems Juliop thinks differently. Gu Juliop stutters, flustered by Soyal's earlier words. Tang Soyal is confused by Juliop's reaction to her earlier comment. Gu Yanchen looks annoyed. Tang Soyal sighs to herself, lost in her own thoughts. Gu Juliop and Siala approach her. Gu Yanchen decides to train before the Tang weapon exhibition. He wants to make good use of his free time. The first elder and second elder watch as Gu Yanchen approaches them. "What business do you have today?" Gu Yanchen hears that the Tang clan has invited them for a meal. Someone's sister suggested inviting him too. Gu Yanchen smiles, but inwardly he says, "They better get my message to leave." Gu Yanchen is grabbed and told, "Come with us." He recalls someone saying, "Don't be like that." Gu is annoyed that they are being forceful. His face is tense as he realizes the situation. Gu Yanchen's eyes glow purple. He seems to struggle. He sighs, "Oops, I need to go, I guess." Gu Yanchen says he'll accept the invitation. The second elder grabs him by the neck. A man calls out, "Mr. Namgoon." Another voice echoes, "Keep smiling, your sister is watching you." He grins ominously, eyes glowing red. Namgoon grits his teeth. Gu Yanchen thinks, "I knew Sichuan was known for spicy food, but if every dish is spicy." Someone says, "It's nothing fancy, but I hope you enjoy." What will I enjoy? He eyes red dumplings on his plate. Maybe they're edible, they're less red. He thinks, what's with her? She always gave me that weird look in my previous life when I ran into her too. Gu Yanchen starts to eat the dumplings. "I can't believe I need to endure that same look again." Tang Soyal coughs up blood, overwhelmed by the spice. Gu Yanchen exclaims, "I mean, it's just too spicy." He is offered water. He drinks water to soothe his burning throat. Someone offers, "Try this, it's not spicy." Tang Soyal is eating politely. Gu Yanchen blushes and thinks, "Why is she acting so casual? Sorry." Gu Yanchen breaks the chopsticks, his eyes glowing. Someone says they are defective. Another says it is his bad. Tang Soyal hesitates to speak. Gu Yanchen is visibly confused by her behavior. "Anything you want to say to me?" "Yes, no, I mean nothing." Tang Soyal stares intensely at him, saying, "You seemed like you really wanted to." Tang Soyal asks if there is anything he likes. Tang Juyok says it's the training grounds. He mentions private training areas. Gu Yanchen from above says he'd like to visit the training grounds. Tang Juyok agrees to head there together. He wonders what he's thinking. They arrive at the Tang clan training grounds. It's quite spacious, someone comments, impressed by the size of the training area. Gu Yanchen thinks, Soyel used to try and beat me up all the time. A voice calls out, brother. Gu Yanchen thinks, I'm grateful I don't have a sister like her. Someone suggests a sparring match. Gu Yanchen internally despairs, he knew this would happen. Gu Yanchen smiles, evilly asking if they think he'll follow their plan. He says fighting the lightning dragon is unacceptable. People worry. Tang Juyok suggests a mentoring match not needing internal energy. Gu Yanchen asks, his eyes glowing red, how does it sound? Gu Yanchen asks himself, mentor me, no energy, look at this guy. He wonders, can you handle it? Gu Yanchen asks if they are skilled enough for the match. Another says he's still their senior. Gu Yanchen smiles darkly, haha, alright then, let's see how great you are. With a sinister smile, Gu Yanchen tells Tang Juyok he'll allow him to go first, humoring the Tang clan member. Declaring he won't back down, Tang Juyok lunges forward, ready to strike Gu Yanchen. Gu Yanchen sidesteps Tang Gu attack with ease, leaving him open. Before Tang Juyok can react, Gu Yanchen's eyes glow ominously as he prepares to unleash his true power onto Tang Juyok. The devastating exchange is observed by Tang Soyal, son of Sichuan Tang clan head. She seems worried by the exchange. Whya was different as a child, comfortable with beasts. She loved wolves and tigers. Whya was drawn to the powerful aura that set them apart. Whya hopes she meets someone at the Tang weapon exhibition. She thinks of Lightning Dragon Namgung Chunjun. And so, she finally met the love of her life who she never expected. Tang Soyal realizes her heart is beating fast while watching Gu Yanchen. Tang Soyal convinces herself that she's simply confused by Gu Yanchen's presence at the feast. Tang Soyal is smitten by Gu Yanchen. She finds his inability to handle hot food endearing. Tang Soyal wonders how she got so close. She stutters, flustered, and hopes for more. Before she can finish her sentence, a rain of needles is launched her way. A massive explosion erupts from the point of impact as Tang Soyal looks up concerned. The force of the explosion destroys the ground where Tang Soyal stood. Above the destruction, other members of the Tang clan watch on. Tang Soyal seems flustered. A massive sword beam erupts from Gu Yanchen's blade, splitting the earth. Tang Juyok screams in shock. A wave of heat emanates from the explosion. Tang Soyal is left stunned. A trembling hand grips the broken hilt of a sword, wondering why it shattered. Gu Yanchen calmly declares that Tang Juyok would have died 3 times over in a real battle. Before Tang Juyok can gather his bearings, Gu Yanchen unleashes another powerful attack, leaving him reeling from the force. An off-screen voice calls Gu Yanchen a dirty bastard for attacking without a sword. Gu Yanchen tells Tang Juyok to find another sword if he wants to continue. Gu Yanchen mocks Tang Juyok, noting education isn't his strongest suit. Tang Juyok is shocked by the sudden comment. Tang Juyok is sent flying backwards by Gu Yanchen's relentless attack. Tang Juyok, enraged, channels his internal energy, vowing to take down Gu Yanchen with his special technique. The force of Gu Yanchen's attack shatters the ground, sending shockwaves through the training grounds. Tang Juyok is shocked by the sheer power Gu Yanchen is displaying. He can't believe it. Gu Yanchen is overpowering Tang Juyok. He's able to overwhelm Tang Juyok's technique with brute force. The force of Gu Yanchen's kick causes those watching to become shocked at his sudden burst of power. How is he so strong? Tang Juyok looks shocked as cracks spread through the training ground. Tang Juyok is defeated, kneeling before Gu Yanchen, who stands tall with a sinister chuckle. With glowing red eyes, Gu Yanchen's grin widens as he wonders aloud if something burst. The training ground has been destroyed by Gu Yanchen. Tang Juyok looks down on him, calling him a bastard. Tang Juyok continues to berate him. He claims Gu Yanchen doesn't deserve to be a martial artist and threatens to humiliate him. Tang Juyok demands to know how many Juliop Yanchen killed. Shocked, Gu Yanchen asks what he's talking about. Gu Yanchen is on the ground in immense pain. Tang Juyok grabs him by the neck, looking down menacingly. Juliop arrives, demanding the fight stop. Tang Yanchen asks if Gu Yanchen only made a mistake because he was immature. Tang Juyok asks what would happen if Gu Yanchen kept acting up. He mentions holding back because he's from the Namgung clan. Tang Juyok stops asking what Gu Yanchun plans to do. Gu Yanchun is left shaking on the ground. Gu Yanchun gathers his kai, but a terrible pain flashes in his mind. He stops and wonders what he is doing. Gu Yanchun questions if he's in trouble. He wonders how the second elder will react to this. Tang Juyok explains Gu Yanchun started the fight. He has a witness to prove it. Gu Yanchun wonders who it is. A mysterious woman stares with a concerned gaze, asking for his name. Gu Juliop states his name. The woman realizes he's lying and wonders how she knew that. She asks why he wants to know her name. The woman remains silent despite Gu Yanchun beating her brother up badly. She speaks up, "Tell me." She demands to know Gu Juliop's real name. Gu Yanchun hesitates, unable to answer. She apologizes for some reason. Then she asks if he'll stop following her if she tells her name. Gu Yanchun thinks, he wonders what to do next. Why Xiala looks at him and calmly says his name. She seems to be remembering something. Gu Yanchun decides he won't go to the Tang weapons exhibition. He wants to look for the secret chamber. He'll rest first. A voice scolds Gu Yanchun for attacking the Namgung clan. He will now be watched until they return. Gu Yanchun stands before the Gu clan gates. He sighs thinking about what to do next. A panicked voice shouts, "Young Master Yanchun." A man bursts through a door looking frantically. "Attendant, why have you seen young Master Yanchun?" An attendant asks about Gu Yanchun, but someone else says they haven't seen him. The woman is angry. Gu Yanchun also attacked someone from the Namgung clan. How will this all be reported? The Yon clan of Jinchuan was once a powerful martial arts clan. The Yon clan vanished after a bloodshed, leaving behind only a ruined estate. The clan's secrets are said to lie under a white maple tree. Gu Yanchun searches for the Yon clan ruins. "White maple tree, my ass, I don't see normal maple trees around." Gu Yanchun thinks there are no maples. He's hungry after the fight. It's the middle of the night. A person with a big bag walks towards Gu Yanchun. Breakfast doesn't count. The woman teasingly asks if Gu Yanchun wants the food. He yells that he isn't a pig while eating. The man wonders if his actions helped her. Why Xiala says he was of assistance. She asks what he's doing here. A hand points to the table full of food. "So you're saying?" Why Xiala smiles. "Now that I'm here you can rest easy." He thinks it's a lie. Where would a white maple tree be in summer? Why Xiala says it's not a lie. Why Xiala responds to his query saying that they saw it together. Gu Yanchun is confused. Did she see the maple tree? Why Xiala is happy he ate something. Her mood quickly changes with a yes. He asks if this is the white maple tree, and she confirms it is. Gu Yanchun insists why Xiala needs to get her eyes checked. Why Xiala acknowledges that maybe it was her fault for believing him, but concedes that she isn't lying. She agrees but seems distracted, maybe thinking about the kidnapping, wondering what to do next. He thinks about returning to train with the second elder, but he hears a noise. As she gathers the strange energy, Gu Yanchun shouts at her to stop. It seems dangerous. Gu Yanchun is blasted away by Wai Xiala's energy and yells at her for being crazy. The huge burst of raw blue energy shocks everyone. Where did that come from? Gu Yanchun grits his teeth, overwhelmed by the force of her power. He is shocked, feeling the immense power of her new ability. The landscape is bathed in blue energy, a strange and beautiful sight. Wai Xiala, confident, asks if he can see it now. Is it real? With a wild look in her eyes, Wai Xiala smirks. She is confident in her power. Gu Yanchun is thinking about how the dying tree was changed. Wai Xiala replies that she knows what's going on. Everyone is shocked that the strange event happened after she touched the tree. Wai Xiala is surprised, wondering if she was the one who caused the energy explosion. Gu Yanchun denies it but plans to question her about it later. He recognizes something. Gu Yanchun realizes the treasure isn't what he expected. Where could it be hidden? Gu Yanchun realizes this event is why the Yon clan's secrets lie beneath the white maple tree. Wai Xiala yells, "I'm going first," as she jumps down into the portal. Gu Yanchun clicks his tongue. He knows she is reckless. "I guess I'm going too." Gu Yanchun realizes there is no other option. He must enter the portal. Gu Yanchun stares at the tree, resigned. What awaits him on the other side? A strange man appears, smirking and saying, "Those bastards." Gu Yanchun is thankful that the impact wasn't that bad for the height. He pulls Whya back, warning her that this place seems dangerous. Whya is confident she is right. Gu Yanchun sighs as someone says, "Young master is agreeing with her today." Annoyed, the strange man declares he will shut up for now. Gu Yanchun sighs, questioning their path. Whya assures him to trust her. Whya says, "We've arrived," as the pair crash into a dark place. Gu Yanchun says to stop being so annoying. He notices the glowstones, they're not lit. Gu Yanchun expresses disappointment, noticing that the treasure chamber is empty. Muyon grabs his shoulder, startled. Whya screams, realizing something is nearby. Gu Yanchun is on guard, sensing danger. Muyon shouts in shock as a giant, serpentine creature looms over them. Whya, terrified, yells that it's a dragon. Gu Yanchun clutches her tightly in fear. The girl screams, "Why, young master," as a giant serpentine creature looms over them. The girl's trembling voice echoes, "It's a demonic beast." Fear grips them. Gu Yanchun hushes her, as he wonders how a demonic beast appeared in an empty room so suddenly. Gu Yanchun stares up at the monstrous serpent, thinking it is far too large. Gu Yanchun realizes this demonic beast is at least blue rank in power. Gu Yanchun whispers, "If we just quietly exit." He hopes it hasn't woken yet. Gu Yanchun curses his luck as the snake awakens. "Shit, why did it just wake up?" Gu Yanchun wonders, "Do I need to fight?" The young master thinks to himself, "I don't think I can take this. Will things be okay?" Gu Yanchun steals his resolve, thinking, "I won't let my new chance end so helpless." Gu Yanchun is shocked when the demonic beast speaks, "I have no intention of harming you." Gu Yanchun questions, "How can a demonic beast speak the human tongue?" The snake laughs and, caught off guard, Gu Yanchun awkwardly replies, "I was just looking around." The snake's yellow eyes peer down, a strange "I see" emanating from it. The snake thinks to itself, "So that's what happened." Before inquiring, "Child, why did you come here?" Gu Yanchun is shocked, "Wait, did it just call me mister?" The snake replies, "Sadly, there's nothing left here." The snake inquires, "Let me ask you a question. What do you think fate is?" Gu Yanchun retorts, "What kind of stupid question is that?" while looking confused by the snake's strange question. The demonic beast laughs. Gu Yanchun wonders to himself, what's up with him? Has he gone senile? The demonic beast laughs again. "Yes, sorry, I asked a silly question." The snake muses on what regrets and things that were endured fading away. Gu Yanchun and Whya say goodbye. Gu Yanchun stares at the sphere. It's a payment for playing along with the old man. The snake says, "Someone like you holding such a thing will take it better." Gu Yanchun wonders, hold what? Gu Yanchun is surprised. "I couldn't sense that it was a demonic stone." Yanchun is shocked as he realizes, "Damned demon well absorption art." He grimaces, realizing, "But it feels different from when I absorbed the demonic stone." Golden light pulses as the demonic stone energy surges within Gu Yanchun. Gu Yanchun is shocked and murmurs, "Who is this voice?" The demonic beast asks, "Are you satisfied?" Gu Yanchun lies motionless on the ground. The snake declares, "It is not a matter of my satisfaction." The light begins to envelop Whya. A mysterious green light envelops Whya, her eyes closed, as the snake watches on. Whya warns, "You should hide your aura, it'll cause something worse." Gu Yanchun replies, "I already know that." The snake continues, "Why give such a treasure to someone you just met?" The snake continues, "A swing of my mood. Nothing is lonelier than waiting for someone who will not come." Whya looks dazed as she mutters, "The emptiness of fate." The snake mutters, "Looking at you makes me forget such things. What a regretful man." Gu Yanchun trembles, afraid of losing it all again. Whya is crying, thinking how Gu Yanchun still tries to protect her. A voice commands, "Now give it back." The text ominously declares, "It's still dangerous." A masked man stands guard over the unconscious Whya. The masked man questions, "You seem to have noticed since when?" An ominous aura surrounds Whya, suggesting she's been marked. The strange man scoffs, "Ha, young brats like you, heading into the mountains to crawl around." Someone commands Gu Yanchen to hand Ysiala over. The text says, "Is this the will of the Namgung clan?" The man with glowing eyes says, "Yes. If that is what you wish for, then it is inevitable." A sword lies bloody on the ground. Is someone dead? What has happened? A voice booms, "Be quiet," as lightning illuminates the ground below. Ysiala awakens, golden energy radiating from her, her eyes filled with newfound power. A mysterious voice warns, "Don't wake him up from his nap." Who could this be? As night descends, a wrapped gift sits unopened. It seems a warm beverage awaits someone, steam curling from the cup. A powerful blow crashes down. Gu Yanchen is on his knees, muttering, "Shit." He seems to have lost the fight. Namgung Chun-jun struggles, kneeling after his defeat. He refuses to believe he lost fairly. It must have been a trick. The power that struck Gu Yanchen sends ripples through his body. He collapses, hearing the booming voice of Mashial. After the attack, a subordinate asks if Gu Yanchen is all right. Gu Yanchen clutches his head, wondering what he needs to do. A voice notes the guard of the Gu clan is stronger than they initially believed. It seems he's without his guard. A figure in fine robes walks down the stairs. Another figure grins, thinking, "Now might be our chance." He trusts Mashial. The robed figure announces good news. Another asks how far to go with the Gu clan members. Gu Yanchen thinks darkly. The enemy smiles manically, asking if it's a fair trade. A blade slides from its sheath. The deal seems to be death. Overhead, a voice confirms, "Yes, understood." Below, the enemy asks Gu Yanchen, "Who are you?" Gu Yanchen's face is bloodied and desperate. Ysiala's eyes glow as she retorts, "You don't need to know, do you?" She wonders why someone would hire him. The enemy is blasted away by Ysiala's attack. He collapses. She declares that she's not asking questions. Gu Yanchen thinks he doesn't have much time. He needs to run. He hopes that Ysiala will keep his attacker distracted. Gu Yanchen is wounded but determined. He realizes, "There's only one chance. I need to return to the clan to survive." The enemy is defeated, crashing to the ground. He thinks, "I've never heard of such a monstrous woman." He's down for the count. The enemy lies defeated, thinking, "Get." He sees someone approaching in the distance. A figure stands there. The defeated enemy fades in a golden light. He says, "I wanted to leave this body, but an intruder like me decided it. I apologize." Ysiala, glowing, demands, "Give it back now, please." But Gu Yanchen apologizes, "Sorry," realizing, "It may seem selfish of me." Gu Yanchen closes his eyes as Ysiala stands over him. She thinks, "But may I stay just a little longer, just a little?" The enemy's body glows. He declares, "It's my body, yes, you're right. It belongs to him now." The defeated enemy continues speaking. "Are you leaving?" it asks. He says he needs to rest. He's overdone it in the child's body. He questions, "Do you know what kind of being you are?" The enemy speaks inside the corpse, saying, "It'll only hurt a little." Ysiala narrows her eyes. "It will be a hard journey, I am aware." Above, a voice notes, "I see." Lower, it says, "I wish," as Ysiala kneels. A voice wishes her blessings. YY looks down, muttering, "If I have the opportunity." The enemy's body smiles down at the defeated Gu Yanchen. "Let's meet again, Gu Yanchen." Ysiala sits beside the defeated Gu Yanchen. Is this truly the end? Gu Yanchen gasps, eyes wide with shock. A voice echoes, "You woke up." Ysiala seems surprised, thinking, "Wow." She grabs Gu Yanchen, who is thinking, "This is." Gu Yanchen is lying injured on a rock as Ysiala watches over him. What happened? So, they randomly found the white maple tree, but the treasure was empty. Suddenly, a massive snake appeared before them. Ysiala gained power from the snake, holding a strange orb. Ysiala explains how the snake and orb suddenly got absorbed into her body. The man demands if she's telling the truth, while she claims she doesn't remember. It is hard to believe. Muyun rushes to Gu Yanchen's side, asking if he is all right. Gu Yanchen assures her he is fine, merely feeling a slight ache in his core from the earlier snake incident. Ysiala asks if he is hurt, as Gu Yanchen winces and clutches his core in pain. He thinks to himself that absorbing the orb has changed the energy flow in his body. The power feels incredible. Gu Yanchen deduces the snake wiped Ysiala's memories. He says it makes sense. Gu Yanchen tells Ysiala to get on his back to carry her. He says she's too heavy. Whya hesitates to get on his back. Gu Yanchun insists, carrying her despite claiming she is too heavy. Whya hops off his back. With the flame wheel art at 3 stars, Gu Yanchun releases overflowing energy, striking the ground. Gu Yanchun is sent flying back from his own blast. He thinks that his body feels heavy. Gu Yanchun crashes to the ground with a resounding whoa from the impact. Ignoring his own pain, Gu Yanchun smiles as Whya laughs beside him. A guard grinds his teeth, realizing it's been over a day since seeing him. A voice threatens he better be safe, if not, my neck. The guard scolds him for leaving without a word. He says he was gone for a whole day. Gu Yanchun apologizes. The guard realizes Gu Yanchun faced a snake during their walk. He wonders what kind of walk it was, holding Whya by the mouth. The other guard asks what happened to them. Gu Yanchun realizes his power is growing fast. He senses 2 more people nearby. Unseen, someone looms beneath their table. The enemy's aura darkens, radiating malicious intent. Gu Yanchun and Whya eat merrily. Gu Yanchun asks if Miss Tang was waiting for him and also questions Miss Namgoon. Someone interrupts Gu Yanchun. He exclaims he didn't say bye and wishes them farewell. Someone wonders aloud if the heir of the Namgoon clan is present. It would be bothersome if he was. Namgoon Baya asks Gu Yanchun if he forgot something. He is caught off guard, stammering and asking what happened to him. Gu Yanchun is shocked as he realizes that he just confessed everything. Tang Juyok asks if Gu Yanchun prefers poison or knives, then declares a duel. Gu Yanchun feels faint. Gu Yanchun is on the ground. An attendant apologizes to Whya, saying he needs to rest. Someone calls out to them. They invite Gu Yanchun to the annual Tang weapon exhibition. He accepts but thinks he probably won't go. Tang Juyok tells Whya she just wants the families on good terms. Another says, yeah. Whya stares at Gu Yanchun thinking. Finally, she gets his attention and says, hey. Someone asks Whya if she likes the Gu air, as Gu Yanchun mumbles about rice. Someone shouts for kaax, dried fruit, under the starry night sky. Siala shouts excitedly, wanting pancakes and to celebrate Chuseok too. Someone asks if summer has gone to her head. She asks, what is Chuseok anyway? Someone points out that the honey treats are for them too. Whya wants rice cakes. Make a wish to the moon. Then under the bright moon, Whya makes a wish and golden light envelops her. A voice booms, your wish will be granted, and golden light erupts. The group wishes to enjoy Chuseok. It is granted with golden light. The comic wishes the reader happy holidays before the next chapter begins. A voice echoes, questioning if Whya has feelings for Gu Yanchun. What do you mean by like? She asks, surprised. Flustered, Whya stumbles over her words, unsure how to answer. She avoids eye contact, finally muttering that it's nothing at all. Soyeol is cornered, with Gu Yanchun asking what she wanted to give him. Soyeol apologizes for giving the invitation to Gu Yanchun instead. Gu Yanchun pats her head, saying she did well. She thanks him. Soyeol apologizes as she suggests treating Gu Yanchun to some delicious poison. Let's go quickly. Despite Soyeol's suggestion, Gu Yanchun grimaces in pain and clutches his chest. He struggles to reassure her that he is all right and can handle it. A blushing Soyeol says, for some reason I feel we'll meet again soon. She says Gu Yanchun. The Gu clan compound looms, a testament to their power and influence. The imposing figure above speaks down to Gu Yanchun, mentioning he was sent to care for his sister. The man is asked why he came back after losing an escort. Stupid. A clenched fist expresses disbelief, thinking about that guy. Ma Chul is a first-class warrior, so why hasn't he returned? Lightning crackles as an imposing figure looms over Gu Yanchun. Do you know why I'm disappointed in you? He booms. The imposing figure continues, stating his disappointment was not from losing to an unknown artist. The Gu clan head states that he will not hold him accountable. Instead, Gu Yanchun is ordered into isolation within the Azure Pavilion. Trembling with fear, Gu Yanchun says, you understood. Gu Yanchun kneels, grieving for the Gu family's disgrace. An imposing figure orders him to forget about everything. Gu Yanchun questions his father's disappointment in him. In the shadows, a pair of eyes glows menacingly. A wave of unease washes over Gu Yanchun. The Gu clan head warns him not to interfere until he becomes the Patriarch. He mentions that unification between their families is coming soon. Gu Yanchun quietly agrees. Startled by the question, Why Mun confirms. Below, a bewildered Gu Yanchun demands, What did you just say? Why Mun demands to know if Gu Yanchun heard him correctly. Did he not understand? A disembodied voice announces that Gu Yanchun's engagement has been decided. He is tired from his trip to Sichuan. Marriage? Is this a joke? Gu Yanchun questions breaking off the Peng clan engagement recently. They remark it's because they called him a bastard. Now the question looms, living alone. A woman asks if Gu Yanchun is getting engaged. Another believes it's a joke. Seeing them, Soyol asks what an engagement is. Young master. Gu Yanchun is shocked, unaware of the rumors of his engagement. The Gu clan head chuckles, warning Gu Yanchun not to be too surprised. His smile fades as he reveals the family name, Nam. Gu Yanchun is shocked to hear Nam as the family name. The Gu clan head confirms it's the Namgung family. Gu Yanchun is offended, questioning what they lack. Gu Yanchun pauses, internally processing the news. The Gu clan head mentions there's a chance to meet her at the Tang weapons exhibition. He wonders if it is her. After hearing the engagement news, Namgung Baya sits alone, her face clouded with worry. Ah. Gu Yanchun is shocked to be engaged to this crazy woman again. The elder scolds him for talking about his fiancée like that. The elder smirks, revealing his teeth. Gu Yanchun is shocked by what he just heard. His sister has returned. Gu Yanchun stares wide-eyed at the woman's back. It's hard to believe, but is it really his sister? The narrator speaks of the Great Dominator, one of the three Supremes. Just like stars fall, geniuses are emerging. A new era approaches. A voice remarks Gu Yanchun has talent, but is insignificant to his sister. Gu Hwi by unreachable. Gu Yanchun thinks to himself that he hates her and must get away. Gu Yanchun asks if he can pretend he didn't see her. The elder is furious and scolds him. Gu Yanchun wonders if his sister will harm him. It's strange he's not allowed to leave. He says he'll disappear for months. Gu Yanchun mutters his face filled with dread. A sinister smile is seen, danger is coming. The elder shouts to shut the door. Gu Yanchun wonders how he's supposed to. The man holding the broom asks if it's okay to do this with his sister coming. Gu Yanchun seems suspicious. Someone is pushing against the door, and my little brother is trying to block the door. The door shatters, revealing Gu Yanchun's sister, engulfed in flames. Gu Yonsio's power explodes. Everyone is blown back by the immense force. Gu Yonsio says he has no manners, calling him little brother. Gu Yanchun is on the ground, shocked. Gu Yonsio calls him little brother with a threatening aura. Elder Lei says he should greet her. Gu Yonsio greets them. She asks after his well-being but focuses on his knees. He's confused as his knees are fine. Gu Yonsio helps Gu Yanchun up as she smirks. The second elder sighs. Gu Yonsio is glad he's doing well as Grand Master of the Order. Gu Yanchun quietly says, "Damn, that's why I ran." Gu Yonsio calls him little brother, then asks if he knows what he did wrong. He stutters, yes. Gu Yanchun is caught off guard by the question. He thinks, is it true you defeated my second sister? She wonders if he's mad for some other reason. No, she declares, it must be about the engagement. Yanchun Yonsio grips his shoulder, energy swirling. On top of that, without asking for my permission. Gu Yanchun struggles, stating he only heard the engagement news today too. Why permission to get engaged? Gu Hwi Bai says to let go of the young master. Gu Yanchun calls for Muyun to save him. A sinister stare watches from below. Gu Yonsio declares she'll teach him about respect. Gu Yanchun cries, wait, no, as power explodes. A servant is stopping Gu Yonsio. Yonsio Gu tries to explain she is just a servant. Someone yells that they can't hit the young master. Gu Yanchun is being protected. A fiery aura surrounds him. Gu Yanchun sees his sister surrounded in flame. Shock is written on his face. Sister. Gu Yanchun kneels while Yonsio protects Whya in a burst of flames. Gu Xiala is confused, calling Yonsio older sister, as Yonsio stares intently back, referring to him as younger brother. Something is wrong. The mysterious enemy declares why Gu is just a servant. Yanchun unleashes a massive wave of flames towards the enemy. He shouts at Yonseo, calling her crazy and telling her to stop her fiery onslaught. The enemy manically stretches Whysiala's cheeks, taunting her with childish glee. He asks if her cheeks are even softer than they look as he stretches them further. Whysiala groans in discomfort. The enemy is still stretching Whysiala's cheeks. Gu Yanchun is shocked. The enemy demands Whysiala be handed over to him. Yonseo struggles. I don't want to. The enemy seems intrigued. The enemy questions why Yonseo refuses to give her up, stating she always gave everything. Gu Yanchun apologizes while still on the floor. The enemy pauses his assault as a voice speaks. Gu Yanchun questions if his father is responsible. Gu Yanchun thinks it'd be strange not to notice the changes. He's told nothing happened to the little girl. The strange man says, "You." Gu Yonseo looks concerned, her hand twitching. A man says, "Enough, the clan head is calling you." The enemy declares they've lost interest in teaching them a lesson. He says, "Wow, what luck," then leaves. Whysiala nervously clings to Gu Yanchun. A guard stands beside them, stoic. Yonseo calls him younger brother. He's still confused by what's happening, holding an odd orb. Gu Yanchun examines a strange demonic stone and feels nothing from it. The strange enemy walks away and muses. I might come to visit my younger brother more often. The enemy says yes, amused as he sees Gu Yanchun's desperation. His face is contorted as he clenches his fists. Yonseo is smiling, calling him younger brother. A panel shows the enemy with a disturbing smile. An unknown voice says, make sure you're happy. Someone responds with yes. Gu Yanchun is nervous and sweating as he looks up, trying to understand. Gu Yanchun wonders if the strange man's actions weren't the old man's doing. The old man denies it. A voice narrates Gu Yanchun's past weakness, stating he was barely level 1 last winter. His body was clumsy. Gu Yanchun's internal technique stabilizes. His energy doubles and body grows stronger. The old man reflects on Gu Yanchun's potential and questions what happened to him. Why didn't he ask him? A voice notes someone's catching on. Gu Yanchun wonders if the old man noticed something too. The old man asks why he's asking. Gu Yanchun thinks he felt something was strange. He is still confused. The enemy continues to grope Whysiala, calling her sensitive and a servant. A cloaked figure looks on in confusion. He asks, really? The old man states that fighting demonic beasts has made him sensitive. He'll ignore it. Yonseo holds Gu Yanchun protectively. Even those bound by blood turn their backs. Not everyone is on Yanchun's side. A voice from above tells Yonseo to take care of him, even alone. Yonseo smiles, promising to be grateful. A woman comments on the engagement. An old man says anyone would think she is against it. The enemy seems confused, surrounded by fire. He questions Gu Yonseo's mental state. An older man with a beard sits at a table stating, I heard you broke the arm of the Thunder Dragon. He nervously denies breaking anything. He insists he only touched it a little. Someone breaks a communication tile. A man looks up and asks, why did you break the lightning dragon's arm? Gu Yanchun sighs, asking about that of all things. He explains, the lightning dragon challenged me so I accepted. He used lethal moves. Gu Yanchun nods. There were quite a few people around, he replies, trying to remain calm. Gu Yanchun thinks to himself, considering. Gu Hwi smiles, noting Gu Yanchun's progress and encouraging him. Gu Yanchun responds affirmatively. Gu Yanchun remains silent. His father thinks about his son's calm demeanor after the fight. Someone says, since you fought with the Namgung, you must have met your fiancé. A voice whispers, the time has come. Gu Yanchun is asked about the Namgung family engagement. Gu Yanchun scoffs at the mention of his supposed engagement. He realizes there's no turning back from this path. Gu Yanchun thinks, the whole situation with the Peng family was my fault. I'm screwed. He hears someone say, soon, the Whya sect control battle will begin at Mount Hua. Gu Yanchun stares up at the bodies, his expression troubled and remorseful. Someone hands Gu Yanchun a letter. A voice asks, what are you trying to tell me with that? Someone says, bring them here. Why are you giving this to me? A voice replies, me. He is asked to prepare to depart. Someone says just got back from session today. Gu Yanchun smirks. You can refuse, but then I won't go in exchange. A voice booms promising, when you return I'll open the secret vault. Guards discuss Gu Yanchun's meeting with the Gu clan head. They note Xiala is tired as they take their break. Two figures sneakily eat snacks until someone shouts, "What are you two doing? Let's go." A voice says, "Young master." Someone declares, "We need to prepare for Mount Hua in 10 days. Gu Yanchun is surprised by the order. Gu Yanchun asks, "Is there even a reason for this trip?" He clutches a letter heading towards the forest. Someone speaks ordering, "He wants us to bring the youngest back." Gu Yanchun peeks through a crack in the door, listening intently. Gu Yanchun thinks about his sister and the Namgung family. He must go to Mount Hua to retrieve someone. Gu Yanchun sighs, "It's still the afternoon, but I just want to lie down and sleep." Gu Yanchun is sleeping when someone tries to wake him up, calling him Dumpling. Gu Yanchun wakes up with a start asking, "Huh?" He recoils in fear as something unexpected startles him awake, screaming Kaya. As Gu Yanchun wakes up, he coughs. Yonseo asks, "Is skipping dinner okay?" A figure hugs Gu Yanchun tightly, making hum noises. Someone grabs Gu Yanchun's arm with a vice grip. Gu Yanchun yells, Sister, what are you doing here?" Yonseo asks if she can't be there. Someone says, "I brought dumplings because I was worried you didn't eat dinner, and this is how you treat me." Gu Yonseo is upset and shouts, "Is she really so good for you?" Yonseo, still upset, asks, "What are you talking about?" Someone suggests, "Let's sleep together tonight." Gu Yonseo playfully says, "Then you can sleep here, I'll sleep outside." She pouts, exclaiming, "So cold." Someone drinks deeply and exclaims, "Puha, this alcohol tastes good tilde, you can leave after drinking it all." Gu Yanchun sighs as he sits inside his room, a full moon illuminating the night sky. Gu Yanchun is asked, "Brother?" He responds confused, "Yes." Suddenly she asks, "Do you want to duel your sister?" Gu Yanchun is in disbelief, questioning if he heard correctly. Gu Yonseo confirms his fears, stating that it's against his sister. Gu Yonseo asks if he's drunk or speaking nonsense, wanting him to rest. Gu Yanchun asks what she means. Gu Yonseo touches Gu Yanchun's chest and makes a remark. She states his energy isn't being absorbed. The voice warns that he might fall into chaos if he continues like this. Gu Yonseo urgently tells him to get it out quickly. Gu Yanchun realizes that's why she spoke of combat. Gu Yonseo denies it. Gu Yonseo smiles with malice, expressing her desire to strike something. Gu Yanchun wonders why his sisters are so crazy. Gu Yonseo rejoices training with her brother. Gu Yonseo stops practicing and asks why he won't use a sword. Gu Yanchun says that he no longer uses a sword. The sound of a sword tapping against the ground echoes through the training area. The sword hangs, taunting him. Gu Yonseo demands if he has any manners and if he'll attack. Gu Yonseo reminds him not to use his full strength during training. She'll only attack enough so he doesn't die. Gu Yonseo embraces him from behind, holding him tightly by the waist. Gu Yonseo shouts to not be scared and just come at her. Gu Yanchun narrows his eyes. Gu Yonseo unleashes a powerful strike, creating a gust of wind. Gu Yanchun braces, anticipating the impact of her attack. Gu Yonseo attacks with the full power of the Gu Flame Wheel arts. Flames erupt from her fist. A huge explosion of red energy erupts outwards. The surrounding area is engulfed by her fiery attack. Gu Yanchun cries out for his sister as he's engulfed in the explosion. The explosion continues with crazed laughter. Through the inferno, Gu Yonseo's voice is heard, shouting out for her brother. Gu Yonseo emerges from the inferno unharmed and states, "Not bad at all." Someone wonders if she surpassed 5-star rank. Gu Yonseo wonders aloud why she's so happy after taking such a hit. Gu Yanchun begs her to stop fighting. Gu Yanchun is sent flying as his sister's attack obliterates the training room. He asks what nonsense is that. Gu Yanchun grits his teeth, showing his anger. He questions his sister's power. Gu Yonseo emerges unharmed, her expression filled with excitement. From now on, things are really going to get fun. Sparks and debris fly, but even after the explosion, the attack continues. Gu Yanchun thinks to himself, contemplating how close he came to disaster if he hadn't defended. Gu Yanchen slams into the wall, defeated. Gu Yonseo laughs manically, her excitement overflowing. Gu Yanchen's eyes widen in disbelief. She's crazy, she's coming again, he yells. Yonseo is truly not holding back at all. Engulfed in the inferno, Gu Yanchen can only brace himself for the impact. Gu Yanchen manages to block the strike, but feels the overwhelming power. Gu Yanchen struggles to stay conscious as he is slammed into the ground. I'm dizzy, he thinks. Yonseo warns him not to open his mouth or she'll dislocate his jaw. He can feel her intent is serious. Gu Yanchen is shocked, feeling the full impact. The sounds of destruction and chaos fill the air. A message declares someone will meet their fiancé, prompting confusion. What could this meeting entail? The man realizes the young lady. She left a letter and, it seems, she has escaped. The man squeezes the letter in his hand, enraged by its contents. Bring her back. Gu Yanchen quietly plants the seeds, working the soil in the familiar fields. A cicada buzzes loudly nearby. He shakes the dirt from a small carrot, disappointed with his harvest. I can't even sell this. Gu Yanchen sighs, annoyed by the long season of planting and harvesting. He suddenly feels a rush of energy nearby. Gu Yanchen looks up in surprise as a figure soars through the sky. The old man is awestruck, exclaiming, it's a fairy, as she descends before them. The mysterious woman asks which way to Shanxi. Gu Yanchen is shocked she's even speaking to him. The woman thanks the old man and vanishes in a gust of wind. Gu Yanchen questions the sudden disturbance. Gu Yanchen sees the dropped pouch. The pouch is enough to feed his family for months. By the way, why did the fairy run west instead of east? Something feels off. A serious old man appears, declaring that west must mean Mount Hua. The elder states that the divine being moves with the wind and won't stay for long. Why Mount Hua? The old man wonders why the woman is looking for the divine being. He suggests Yanchen investigate first. The old man contemplates Gu Yanchen's earlier reluctance. So that's how it'll be, young master. An old man with a horse tells Gu Yanchen, just leave it to me. Gu Yanchen tilts his head, confused by the old man's suggestion. The old man seems to have made up his mind. Suddenly, the coachman took a vacation, and the Sword Supreme is here to replace him. The men realize Whya and the Sword Supreme aren't with the Mount Hua group. What happened overnight? Gu Yanchen smells something suspicious. The old man asks if Gu Yanchen is worried about Mount Hua. It's nothing, Gu Yanchen replies. The old man warns against fighting. Gu Yanchen's eyes widen as he sees a gruesome image flash before him. What does this vision mean? The elder acknowledges the coachman's promise. I trust you, so I'll give you this. Gu Yanchen wonders about the pouch. It smells nice and he feels energized by its touch. Gu Yanchen inspects the shimmering stone. The elder corrects him, calling it a plum blossom love stone. The elder tests out the plum blossom love stone. Blossom, he repeats. The elder speculates the stone may be one of Mount Hua's 4 treasures. Gu Yanchen is unconvinced. The elder declares not that special, he suddenly shouts, no, wait. Gu Yanchen questions why the second elder is giving him the stone. The elder sheepishly recounts his drinking bet. The elder declares it's safer to leave it to Gu Yanchen. Gu Yanchen is utterly confused by this statement. The elder strokes the horse's mane. He believes this is the safest option available to them now. Young master, everything is ready, a guard announces. Gu Yanchun clutches the plum blossom love stone tightly, no reason to refuse nor time to waste. The sound of the carriage wheels rumble as Gu Yanchun heads to Mount Hua. Gu Yanchun departs in the carriage, leaving a message with his guard. Where is my sister? The elder finishes sharpening the dagger. Anyway, I'm leaving, please let my sister know too. The elder asks from afar why she didn't say goodbye to him. A figure sits, huddled in despair. Gu Yonseo wonders how she can face her brother while crying. She's suddenly startled by the second elder. It's an illustrated Halloween image with Happy Halloween written in a spooky font. The story takes a break for a special Halloween illustration, Trick or Treat. Gu Yanchun asks Muyon how much longer they have to travel. Muyon sighs, stating it's the 30th time he's asked. Gu Yanchun admits he's asked about the distance a bit too much. Muyon reiterates they must travel much further, sounding miserable. An elder then startles Gu Yanchun, asking if he is uncomfortable. Gu Yanchun denies it. Gu Yanchun internally laughs at the Sword Supreme being their coachman. Two women offer him sweet potatoes. One insists he takes some and not hoard them. The woman states she needs to eat to relax, she needs Hongwa's permission. One of the women says it's Gu Yanchun's honey cookies. The panel zooms in on Gu Yanchun stuffing his face. The women laugh. Gu Yanchun wishes to return home while looking at an impressive building. Someone responds, "You're." Someone responds, "You're." Before we see the woman pull leaves from her hair, she introduces herself as Namgung Baya. She realizes who Gu Yanchun is and exclaims, "So it's you, Yanchun's fiancé." Baya thinks to herself she's damn hot. As she stares at Jang Xianyun, Namgung Baya is seated next to Jang Xianyun. Yanchun's Baya questions why she came there looking like a bum. Why Xiala admits she took a wrong turn. The woman loudly proclaims that she's Gu Yanchun's older sister. She looks lovingly in his direction. Jang Xianyun suddenly falls to her knees, clutching her head in pain. The man replies that's the right attitude. Baya asks where he has gone. He went to Mount Hua so their fates won't cross. Yonseo loudly suggests why Xiala should just go back home to Mount Hua. Yonseo grins. Yonseo wonders where Xiala is going with such a dispirited look. As the title card appears, the woman groans in frustration, leaving without a farewell. It is night, people are resting by the fire. An elder tends the fire, it crackles softly, he opens his eyes. The old man is concerned about an approaching threat. He grits his teeth. The voice states he will attain the 4th star. Gu Yanchun realizes he can't circulate a certain amount of energy. He needs to break the limit of the 3rd star. Gu Yanchun is frustrated that his sister has no problem using her energy. He decides to train to improve his abilities. Gu Yanchun breathes heavily as he struggles. The energy within him begins to stir. He is struggling with the energy within himself. He is trying to break the 3rd star limit. Gu Yanchun curses at a sealed object in front of him. He cannot throw it away. He wonders why the old man wants it delivered. Gu Yanchun struggles to concentrate. The scent of plums overwhelms his senses. Nothing should have changed. A voice echoes in the night sky, stating it is unfortunate to stop training. Gu Yanchun stares up at falling plum blossoms, confused. Plum blossoms in summer, what am I looking at? An eerie pink light envelops Gu Yanchun as he whirls around. He shouts, demanding to know who is there. Gu Yanchun is surrounded by an eerie light. He's running away from it. Gu Yanchun hears a voice and realizes it's an old man's voice. The voice questions how he's absorbing Mount Hua's energy. Gu Yanchun is shocked by what he sees. He curses in disbelief. Gu Yanchun realizes he is absorbing something again. He appears to be in pain. Gu Yanchun is jolted awake by worried cries of young master, his eyes widening in confusion. Gu Yanchun is suddenly embraced tightly by Gu Yonseo. "Mayan, what happened?" she asks with worry. The man smiles, stating he found Gu Yanchun unconscious in the forest and brought him here. Gu Yanchun mutters his thanks. A guard asks young master what exactly happened last night. A girl is seen attempting to slap Gu Yanchun. Gu Yanchun recalls that last night he was training, then the stone glowed. He found nothing unusual about the stone. Gu Yanchun inspects his hands, seeing no injury, then wipes his face with a cloth. The stone's strange aroma is gone. Gu Yanchun realizes he absorbed energy from the stone and passed out. He wonders who planned this. Gu Yanchun stares at his chest, clutching his inner robes tightly in disbelief. Impossible, he thinks. Gu Yanchun smirks, realizing he has gained power from the demonic stone. This, 4-star level. Gu Yanchun seems to sense someone watching him. An old man stands outside his door with a horse. Gu Yanchun rides in a carriage, realizing his power has grown so quickly. Stop staring at me like that. Muyon asks what's wrong. Gu Yonseo questions if the strange smell is from Gu Yanchun. Gu Yanchun denies it's him. Yonseo is surprised by the smell and describes it as a pleasant, floral fragrance. It must be coming from outside, she says. Yonseo thinks the floral scent is coming from Gu Yanchun, but Gu Yanchun dismisses this. Gu Yanchun realizes his aura has grown stronger. Gu Yanchun considers that at 4-star he can release the energy. He wonders if he is at his brother's level now. Gu Yanchun wonders where he can test his new power. He needs to see its full extent. Gu Yanchun cries out as he is knocked down with Gu Yonseo. He mumbles, still disoriented. Gu Yonseo cries out to Muyon, seemingly in pain from the sudden impact. Behind the carriage, Muyon rides his horse, protecting them from the back. Yonseo calls out to him from inside. A horseman stops the carriage and asks why they suddenly stopped. Gu Yanchun apologizes for the intrusion, seemingly taking responsibility for the sudden halt. The horseman recognizes an emblem. Wait, that emblem, he says. A man introduces himself as Yonpeng, a disciple of Mount Hua. A flashback of Gu Yanchun covered in blood cries, "What did we do wrong?" he thinks, meeting him. Gu Yanchun realizes Yonpeng is someone he killed in his past life. Now could it be, he thinks. The horseman demands to check first. When asked why, he says he has people in the carriage. Yonpeng explains he felt a familiar energy and has questions. He demands the carriage to stop. A strange energy envelopes Gu Yanchun's face as the carriage ride continues. He can't shake off this nagging feeling. The horseman asks why he senses a Mount Hua aura from Gu Yanchun. Gu Yanchun curses, realizing the danger he's in. An ominous figure looms as Gu Yanchun realizes, this is bad, this is trouble. He looks up confused. A spirit-like old man pops up and asks if Gu Yanchun can see him. Gu Yanchun stares in shock. Gu Yanchun is confused. He rubs his eyes, unsure of what he is witnessing. An unknown voice echoes in his mind, curious as to why Gu Yanchun is still standing. A voice echoes, surprised that Gu Yanchun is even greeting his elders. His bodyguard Muyon looks at Gu Yanchun confused. Master. Gu Yanchun wonders if he's hallucinating. A ghostly figure refutes his idea, stating it's no hallucination. Now I'm hearing nonsense too. The man asks Gu Yanchun what's wrong, calling him young hero. Gu Yanchun questions if he can see it too. See what? This tiny old man here. Gu Yanchun squints and furrows his brow, clearly displeased and unimpressed by the situation. Gu Yanchun is shocked that the man can't see the strange, tiny figure. He stares wide-eyed in disbelief. A man loudly exclaims that he sees the figure, pressing for confirmation from others. He's guessing, perhaps trying to pinpoint the figure. Gu Yanchun clutches his head, overwhelmed by the ghost and its presence. The voice reminds him he willingly consumed it. Gu Yanchun wonders what he consumed that allowed him to see spirits. He struggles to remember what he ate. Gu Yanchun is stunned, realizing he actually ate something strange in his past life. He exclaims, "Oh." The ghost asks if he remembers devouring their treasure, not even a Hwasan clan member. The ghostly figure is annoyed. He is upset that Gu Yanchun called him a ghost. Gu claims ignorance of his identity. The tiny ghost lectures Gu Yanchun, claiming he must not know the world to not recognize him. The tiny figure demands attention. The ghostly figure of Shin Chial looks powerful and imposing, radiating a strange energy. This is who Gu Yanchun devoured. The bloody demonic war began. Hwasan was called the Divine Sword. The war raged. Even a century after the bloody demonic war ended, its echoes lingered. Someone remembers the tragic past. Their names are etched in martial history and respected by the Hwasan sect. Gu Yanchun internally refers to Shin Qial as a bug. Shin Qial hears his thoughts. I can hear everything. Shin Qial demands some respect. He doesn't believe Gu Yanchun. A guard asks why he was inside the stone. Shin Yanchun scoffs, unamused by the situation. He wonders why he was inside the stone. Shin Qial reveals he hears everything, implying Gu Yanchun knows more than he lets on. Gu Yanchun denies knowing anything. Shin Qial is astonished and blurts out in disbelief. You were able to absorb its energy. Shin Qial's eyes narrow, suspicious of Gu Yanchun's intentions. You know something, don't you? Gu Yanchun realizes Shin Qial understands his thoughts. He thinks, everyone has things they'd rather keep hidden. Shin Qial acknowledges Gu Yanchun's youth, while sensing something important is approaching. Gu Yanchun is confused by the comment. The story shifts to a forest, indicating a change in scene. Gu Yanchun's feet move with purpose, each step firm and measured. He is walking towards the abandoned carts and horses. A group of people approach in the forest. They don't seem to be hostile, Muyun states. A strong force impacts Gu Yanchun's stomach, knocking the wind out of him. Gu Yanchun's face contorts in pain. The events that just transpired are causing him to suffer, it seems. An urgent warning rings out. A group of people approach, seemingly under attack. It is now the beginning of episode 37 of Childhood Friend of the Zenith. A large group approaches, a carriage follows closely. The Gu clan guards stand ready, swords drawn and on alert. Gu Yanchun expresses concern. His guard insists they should not back down against the approaching Hao sect. Someone asks them to wait and listen. Someone responds, yes. Others notice the emblem on the visitors' clothing. They are warriors of our sect. The man in front questions to me, as if surprised by something. Muyun answers his question with just his name, confused by the current events. A deep voice agrees. The man confidently reassures, don't worry, I will make sure to sort things out. With a laugh, the group outside approaches closer to the gates. The Hao sect party strikes the Gu clan guard that questioned them. He steps forward, apologizing to everyone for the trouble. The man continues to speak, saying, it appears our individual felt threatened. Someone asks why the Mount Hua sect warriors are so far out. A guard shouts at someone for speaking sensitive information. It seems Mount Hua members are missing. The guard explains they were searching the forest when someone sensed the Hao sect's energy and rushed forward. Gu Yanchun worries about the energy leaking from his body. Shin Qial tries to block Gu Yanchun's energy so it goes unnoticed. The man expresses concern, unsure if Shin Qial succeeded. Suddenly Shin Qial's voice echoes within Gu Yanchun's mind, Tusk, tusk, kiddo, just show them the rock. Gu Yanchun hesitates, remembering Shin Qial's advice. Gazing at the stone, realization dawns on him. Wait, that is. The Mount Hua warriors explain, our sect leader lost the treasure drinking. Gu Yanchun is confused. A Mount Hua warrior questions why Gu Yanchun has their sect's treasure. Gu Yanchun apologizes, then introduces himself. He claims to be returning the treasure. The Mount Hua warriors whisper amongst themselves about the familiar Gu clan emblem. They question the group before them. The Mount Hua warriors, recognizing the Gu clan, apologize for their rudeness and hostility. They then ask if being a Gu is an issue. The Mount Hua warriors agree. Gu Yanchun is quickly silenced by his guards. Another expresses their worry about his current state. The Mount Hua warrior responds, oh, okay. He then asks if Gu Yanchun's sister caused them any problems. Another thinks she definitely did. Gu Hua's sister questions why the Mount Hua warrior is there. A thought of you want to bring her back. The clash of energy makes the leaves fly. Gu Yanchun wonders, is there a problem? Another guard shouts, Mr. Gu. A Mount Hua warrior asks the group to follow them. The group is unsure what to do next. The title card reads, Childhood Friend of the Zenith, against a nighttime sky. Someone wonders just how much trouble is she causing. A figure stands at the door, seemingly inviting them inside. Come on in, it says. The wooden door creaks open, a figure appears. Master, they call cautiously. Gu Yanchun wakes up from his bed. He wonders what will happen next. Someone asks if the other is all right, noticing her better mood after seeing the moon. She seems relieved. The woman asks, aren't you returning to Shanxi soon? He pauses before responding to the current situation. Someone asks if she dislikes going back to her family. She thinks to herself, family. Then the girl's face darkens as she states, they aren't my family. The woman pauses, seemingly contemplating something. Then with a sigh, she speaks her mind. A young girl tells someone not to speak of their past. They used to be called the Blossom Sage. An image displays words of the past. A character is resting in their chambers. From atop the mountain, a worried thought emerges. How much longer do I have? The demonic energy bursts, shaking the surrounding area with immense power. The demonic energy disperses as the ancient mask remains, radiating with malevolence. A figure with a sword stands silently among the blood-splattered ground. She tries to calm her breathing, but a new dread fills her chest. The silver-haired woman rises, a faint blue glow emanating from her hands. A blinding light erupts, signaling the awakening of hidden power nearby. The leader of the group commands them to prepare a feast for the Whya sect. Gu asks the voice in his head how to get rid of it. Shin wonders if Gu would stick around if he knew his identity. An elder asks just in case. Gu tells the voice that his body is already worn out. The voice mocks his decaying body. Gu is shocked by the voice's statement, asking what it is talking about. An unknown voice questions if he knows his own body. A voice echoes around the area wanting to ask one question. What happened to the blood demon? Gu remains silent. The voice questions him, knowing he isn't the Whya sect swordmaster. Gu is puzzled. Gu stares ahead blankly, trying to recall the fight with the blood demon, but his memories are still missing. Shin wonders if Gu is sulking at his old age. Gu is unresponsive. Gu asks what's going on. Shin responds that it's strange he can't feel it. The voice questions if it's done, as demonic energy violently surrounds Gu Gu grimaces in pain as the dark energy continues to violently surge. What exactly is happening to him? The unknown voice determines that Gu has been tested enough. He starts to question what just happened to him. The old man says there's a lot that Gu is curious about, but that's all for today. A voice asks above. Gu looks towards the sky confused. A pillar of pure, radiant energy erupts, engulfing Gu in overwhelming light. The radiant energy condenses, forming a devastating explosion around Gu He is in immense pain. Gu filled with anger, yells, "What are you doing?" He looks over at Shin Gu is confused, wondering what's going on. He questions the nonsense he heard about the Whya sect. Gu rubs his head as a voice tells him who the person is. He replies that he already knows. The voice remarks how he speaks as if it's his story. Gu says nothing. Gu steels himself, "Let's do this, but just this once." The man smiles, surrounded by crackling energy as he thanks someone. He says he will start right away. Blasts of energy strike Gu What could possibly be happening to him? A ripple of energy expands outwards. Gu watches the radiating power. Is this a new battle? Gu is sent through what seems to be a portal of pure energy. Lightning crackles around the woman. Another figure looks at the scene with a sinister smile, declaring, "Found you." The relentless rain beats down as Gu meditates, unfazed by the weather. The pouring rain intensifies as an unknown figure lies defeated on the ground, muttering in pain. Whya is crying in the rain. Gu asks if she's crying, but she denies it. Whya is struggling not to cry. Gu mocks her pain. What a shame. The rain continues to pour as Whya, injured and defeated, yells, "At least you could have escaped. Why?" The pouring rain won't stop. A voice asks Gu why he did that. Whya, defeated, lies in the mud, blood trickling from her mouth. No idea. Lying in the rain, Whya wonders, the moon, is it in the sky? Whya is relieved that Gu is still there despite being injured. What a relief. Whya is covered in bandages and blood, but now she can't feel anything. A man wonders aloud if even demonized humans can have friends. He smirks, speculating a love affair. Nearby, another man stands observing. Don't feel too lonely, soon, Meteor Blade. Gu Yanchun gazes down. You won't die easily, a mysterious voice booms as he unleashes a surge of purple energy. A voice echoes, found you. Gu Yanchun grimaces, demanding, why are you here? Whya starts to speak. Then she stops, standing silent in the rain with her sword at her side. A man questions Gu Yanchun, asking, do you know this woman? Gu Yanchun is surprised. Ah, this, he stutters, seeing his younger self surrounded by bodyguards. Gu Yanchun realizes the man's concern isn't just about an acquaintance, an engagement. The younger Gu Yanchun is surrounded by bodyguards and looks equally as confused. The sword saint looks concerned. Gu Yanchun is shocked at the prospect of being engaged to someone. Others murmur, equally surprised by the news. A voice echoes, I came to see you, as younger Gu Yanchun remembers a prior interaction. Everyone pointed their swords at her. A woman says it's not praiseworthy to become a monster. Someone yells she wanted to see him. She should understand. Young Gu Yanchun is shocked by this information. He wonders what kind of trouble this will cause. Gu Yanchun is flustered by the situation. Whya, seemingly unfazed, simply stares back at him. Gu Yanchun is annoyed. He tries to help, asking, hey, are you okay? Another man yells, let's have a duel right now. The man readies his stance to defend himself. Lower down, Gu Yanchun pauses and says, looks like you're fine. The man looks up towards the pink sky, standing amidst lush green trees. Beneath the dark sky, figures stand guarding, watching over others in the distance. Up close, Gu Yanchun looks flustered. Below, others watch. Looks like he's too smitten. Is someone jealous? Someone thinks the duel has bad intentions. They will be forced to use it too. Idiot. A voice tempts Gu Yanchun, questioning his strength. He looks down and asks, why are you here, sister? The Namgung family is mentioned, and a character says to not get hurt. Others are betting on the upcoming duel. Someone mentions that Yang Peng is usually friendly, but when he focuses, he's a monster. Gu Yanchun's eyes narrow, his expression unreadable. What is he thinking? Gu Yanchun looks pensive. Pink blossoms rain down, contrasting his somber mood. The old man sighs in contemplation. Pink energy radiates around him, a source of unseen power. A sword comes down with great speed. The pink glow intensifies around them. The younger Gu Yanchun steals his resolve. Then, here I come, he declares, readying for the oncoming duel. A surge of energy, below others look on with worried expressions. Who will win the fight? Young Gu Yanchun faces his opponent, a mix of emotions on his face. Who, another character sighs, watching from afar, him as expected. Young Gu Yanchun, surrounded by a fiery aura, confidently declares, you can't match my sister. Gu Yanchun glows with power, admitting he is still weaker than his sister. Gu Yanchun looks concerned as someone asks, why did your aura suddenly change? He thinks, don't tell me that. A voice rings out, taunting Gu Yanchun, claiming he is afraid of something. The taunting voice continues, there's no way I'm afraid, let's get started. A sinister aura emanates. Gu Yanchun lunges forward, a determined look in his eyes. Pink energy surrounds him as he attacks. Gu Yanchun stands firm amidst an inferno, a powerful force radiating from him. With a fierce yell, Gu Yanchun unleashes a wave of pink energy. His opponent's eyes widen in shock. The wave crashes into his opponent, who is barely able to raise his sword in defense. A resounding clash echoes. The opponent's sword shatters under the force. An explosion of flames erupts around Gu Yanchun. The landscape buckles and cracks under the immense power released by the explosion. The explosion subsides, revealing the enemy battered and bruised. He is completely shocked by Gu Yanchun's power. The dust settles and the smoke clears. An older man stands, his face etched with concern and disbelief. He mutters to himself, deep in thought. The defeated man kneels before Gu Yanchun, head bowed in submission after the blast. Defeated, the man lays on the ground. A voice echoes, I lost. As the kneeling man collapses, a woman suddenly gasps in pain from an unknown location. What has happened? As the man lies defeated, another figure emerges. A commanding voice interrupts, spar with me too. A figure appears behind Gu Yanchun, ready to fight. He exclaims, can't you see I just finished sparring? He thinks, why her? Am I a bad person for not accepting her challenge? She looks sulky. Gu Yanchun thinks if he leaves her, it will be a problem. Another times. Gu Yanchun pauses, confused. Why Xiala appears, her eyes pleading as she asks, promise me. An intense burst of energy explodes from Gu Yanchun, radiating outward. It's overwhelming. An enormous explosion erupts, shaking the very ground. The sheer power is almost incomprehensible. Gu Yanchun floats in a golden aura. Ho ho, what kind of monster are you? The mysterious voice exclaims, ate it. What did Gu Yanchun consume to gain such strength? Gu Yanchun wonders if his body is reacting to his qi. The voice confirms he is correct. A disembodied voice warns that pushing further will unleash something wild. Gu Yanchun grits his teeth and says, damn it. Gu Yanchun says to himself, this is still not enough. He remains unsatisfied even after winning. The defeated man looks up and asks Gu Yanchun, what's wrong? He is met with a sinister reply. The defeated man remarks he learned something from Gu Yanchun. Another man wonders what Gu Yanchun is planning. As Gu Yanchun stands with Xin Qial, a voice asks, why are you saying something so silly? The voice echoes, wondering if Gu Yanchun wants his thoughts silenced too. Young Master Gu. After a moment of silence, Gu Yanchun is lost in thought. What is he planning to do now? The defeated man is battered and bloodied. Meanwhile, Gu Yanchun thinks to himself, so annoying. A bystander exclaims that the young master went Whya and someone flew off. Two men agree they're lost. A girl asks an old man what's up. She responds with news, young master is engaged. She gets angry, Yanchun, not like that. Gu Yanchun remembers the girl's words that he's engaged to her. He wonders what engaged means, clearly confused by the whole situation. Suddenly Muyun grows jealous and angry. She shouts, young master can only do that with me. Someone mutters, Xiala. Gu Yanchun stands in a forest thinking, an engagement is. What is he trying to remember about this mysterious arrangement? A close-up on a mouth, perhaps speaking, fades to a landscape. What secrets will be revealed? After his spar with Yonpeng, Gu Yanchun experiences some discomfort and loses his appetite. While resting at the campfire, Wai Mun asks, Xiala, are you feeling unwell? Gu Yanchun picks at his food, not really eating it. Wai Mun demands the sweet yakwa from Gu Yanchun. Wai Mun aggressively uses his chopsticks, snatching a piece of tofu from the pot. Wai Xiala stares silently, picking at the food in her hand, unsure of what to say. Wai Mun's chopsticks furiously grab more food from the steaming pot. They sit in silence. Wai is abruptly called an idiot. She moves away quickly. Mun Xiala asks cautiously, did I do something wrong? Gu Yanchun is silent. Wai Xiala eats with a deadpan look, something is troubling her. Gu Yanchun gasps, startled from a bad dream. His guard asks if he's awake. Gu Yanchun muses he has been camping for days, sleeping outdoors more, but still. Sweating from his hard work, someone offers Gu Yanchun to train with him. Young Master Gu. The voice is talking about Mount Hua and its traditions. Gu Yanchun looks on. Gu Yanchun declines the training offer, claiming he has something more important to do. The other man asks what's so special. The voice calls out to Yanchun, Yanchun, haha, did you forget today is? The voice trails off. Gu Yanchun sees the ghost of a woman standing before him. The ghost states Gu Yanchun is the same. I can feel your nobility. The ghostly apparition fades as one man remarks about Mount Hua's treacherous climb. The guard suggests staying in Huashan County for the night, but someone implies he should climb Mount Hua now. They ask Gu Yanchun, can you manage? He thinks he can't ignore the Mount Hua disciples. The voice notes Gu Yanchun doesn't seem to get along well with others. Someone apologizes. A girl presents the dumplings. Ta-da, young master, your dumplings are here. He's finally excited. The joy of my life. Wai Xiala offers Gu Yanchun some water. He replies, hee, what's gotten into you? Wai Xiala appears cheerfully, wondering if she did well. Gu Yanchun notes how she was strange for days. Gu Yanchun pats Wai Xiala's head affectionately. He seems to be comforting her after her strange behavior. Gu Yanchun pats Wai Xiala's head. He thinks if only she'd keep behaving this nicely. Wai Xiala gives Gu Yanchun a dumpling. Here. She watches as he eats it. A dumpling is stabbed. Whya seems to be struggling about whether to eat it or not. Whya forcefully grabs a dumpling with her chopsticks. She seems troubled and hesitant. Whya smiles brightly, clearly pleased with his response. She is happy to see him enjoy the dumplings. Guonio is startled by Whya's sudden shift in behavior. A booming voice yells, "Just eat your food already." But suddenly the scene changes, with Christmas trees and a Santa's outfit. Everything shifts to a bright, celebratory scene filled with holiday cheer. Christmas is coming. A blade falls, the masked assassin trembles in fear. A man with a strong jaw says so. The man asks if he was caught. He realizes that Mount Hua sect noticed. The assassin sits disappointed. Those Mount Hua brats are quick to notice. The kneeling assassin says he will report to the main palace. He is reminded not to be late. Another order arrives. News spreads the divine doctor has appeared in Shanxi. A muscular man on a throne questions the divine doctor. The man hears back from Becheng. They are now in Shanxi province. The man denies giving orders to release the scouts. The assassin trembles, revealing that the palace lord commanded it. The man questions with an annoyed expression, "Ha, really?" The assassin stutters, revealing the orders capture not kill. That's boring. With a heavy sword, the assassin asks, "I can kill anyone in the way, right?" He's told, "Capture only." He laughs maniacally, excited by the new orders. Then this might be fun. The title card appears, childhood friend of the zenith. The flames flicker and the story will begin. A desperate grasp clutches the wall as someone attempts to pull themselves up. Frustrated, he struggles to climb. "Damn it, how the hell did Mount Hua build this place?" An old voice replies, "Kid, I've climbed this my whole life." He questions why they didn't move the mountain. His companion cheerfully speaks about the meaning of Mount Hua. An open hand extends towards an unknown point. The journey continues. The old woman holds her hand out, asking if he's tired. He replies, "Not really." Guonio, exhausted, sits before the old woman. "Wow, you're a real expert." Xinqiao sighs, calling Guonio an idiot. He questions why he is bowing his head like that. Xinqiao wonders if Guonio is asking for a head pat. He's annoyed. The mysterious man orders impatiently, "If you know, then do it quickly, you fool." A hand pats Whya's head as Guonio watches with concern. The mysterious man smiles, "I did it for you." A figure above wonders who it is. The words "next time" float on screen. What dangers await them next? Staring ahead, Guonio realizes he has a long way to go. Panting, the old woman pleads to be left behind. The man recognizes the voice, "Haha, it's you." An imposing figure stands as they arrive. A voice echoes, "I've been waiting for you for a long time." Xinqiao's ghost asks, "You mean him?" A voice wonders if that's the Mount Hua sect leader. The old man laughs, saying, "I've waited so long for you," with arms open. Stuttering, Guonio introduces himself, I am Guonio of the Gu family." The old man reveals he knows everything because Gu Ryan sent a letter. The man agrees because Elder prepared in advance to finish quicker. However, the old man's hand rests on Guonio's shoulder. Guonio pauses, a bead of sweat rolls down his face. The old man continues, "And I've already informed the Gu family of your safe arrival." The old man manipulates Guonio, adjusting his collar. "Well, anyway," he says as if nothing is wrong. The old man states that they must be tired. He orders accommodations for the guests. "Let's talk in detail inside." Guonio asks Xinqiao what they should do. Xinqiao laughs about taking the artifact. Apologetically, Gu Ryan explains that he is sorry for calling him out without rest. The elder explains they can't leave someone who absorbed volcanic energy in the courtyard. Guonio understands. Elder Li raises an eyebrow skeptically, "So the treasure just absorbed itself into you?" Guonio thinks hiding Xinqiao and only telling the truth is best. He clutches the stone. The elder doesn't believe him. The elder agrees that Gu Yanchun can come along to fetch his younger sibling. Gu Yanchun seems hesitant. Gu Yanchun is asked where they are going. In a dark space, someone laughs. Gu Ryan wonders if Gu Yanchun would be okay after absorbing the treasure. He replies weakly. Gu Yanchun reflects on the elder's jokes. The elder declares it is time to stop joking around. The elder says they should go see his younger sibling now. Gu Yanchun looks unsure. As the water wheel turns, a small bird chirps amongst the foliage. The journey continues. Darkness looms as a voice declares, everything is ruined. What could it mean? Someone speaks through the pain, declaring, it's not that painful. Another voice clicks its tongue, knowing they lie. The elder wonders if he is pretending to be tough in front of his disciple. The elder wonders aloud, how long has it been? He appears to be thinking. The elder asks what happened, but the woman only responds after a pause. She answers, about 4 years. A girl is surprised and calls out, Master Nam. Someone grits their teeth. The woman looks down, blood dripping from her mouth. Is she regretting something? His students rush to his side, shouting, Master. The elder wipes blood from his mouth, replying, thank you. The elder realizes they are under a restriction. He thought he would notice it during the pulse check. How strange. The elder sternly says, don't call me doctor. Gu Yanchun apologizes, calling him Elder T, and he accepts it. A girl asks how much time she has left. The elder replies gravely. After a pause, Elder T appears to understand something. Meanwhile, the girl looks solemn. Elder T looks upon the scene in shock. An attacker with a red sword stands before him. Elder T is shaking. He steels himself. I'll do what I can so you kids should live. Holding up a blood-soaked cloth, Elder T's voice trembles as he speaks. Yonghua. Yonghua clenches her hands, knuckles white. The sound of something breaking echoes through the room. Gu Yanchun is on his hands and knees, breathing heavily. Something is wrong. Gu Yanchun struggles to keep up. Shin Chial complains about the hard journey. As the door slides shut, Yonghua seems to blush as she considers something. Gu Yanchun is nowhere to be seen. As the door slides shut, a girl is shown staring intensely. Her eyes reflect something unseen. Gu Yanchun looks surprised. Yonghua wonders why he is here. There is another person nearby. Someone groans in pain as they see Gu Yanchun. What's that? They notice someone behind Gu Yanchun and Yonghua. The person groans, clutching at Gu Yanchun's sleeve. The floor is stained red. A great power has awakened. Yonghua is shown from a new perspective. She tells Gu Org to watch where he's going. A surge of power erupts from Gu Yanchun as he stands amidst a chaotic scene. Can he control it? Read this chapter at demonixcans.org. Support us at ko-fi.com/demonscan. The doors open to reveal the silhouette of a figure amidst what appears to be splattered blood. Awake. He continues, I'm glad to see you've returned safely, but his eyes glow menacingly. A surge of power surrounds the kneeling figures, their bodies radiating a furious purple energy. You seem to be very angry. The figure below asks, what has made you so upset, Your Grace? The heavenly demon asks, is it because some woman died? The heavenly demon sits above, radiating power as the purple energy intensifies around him. The figure states everything follows the heavenly demon's will. He notes the situation isn't favorable to the heavenly demon. The heavenly demon's eyes glow with immense power. The air crackles as he focuses his gaze on the figure before him. He clenches his fist, the purple energy swirling. The heavenly demon's eyes glow brighter as he reminds everyone, always remember your master is above you. The heavenly demon prepares to strike, his power coalescing into a bright and dangerous sphere of energy. His target seems to be someone on the lower level. A subordinate kneels before the heavenly demon, addressing him with utmost reverence, Your Grace. A man floats in a pool of blood as a voice declares the heavenly lord is dead. The sword lord is severely injured, losing an arm in the battle. A figure comments that even the heavenly demon will soon lose interest in the conflict. Someone is watching. He asks who will handle the rest. The heavenly demon declares he will leave the task to his subordinate. The heavenly demon's sinister grin and glowing eyes are revealed from the shadows. He is plotting something. A violent attack sends someone flying backwards, their neck twisted at an unnatural angle. They scream in agony as they're engulfed by a dark aura. They are in pain. A surge of demonic energy explodes outwards, concentrated around a central point. It feels suffocating. As purple energy rages above, Whya trembles, aware of the growing danger. The heavenly demon grins wickedly as he watches someone being attacked below. Someone is about to suffer a terrible fate. The heavenly demon is about to cause pain. An elder is concerned by what is happening. Elder Lei opens the door, happy to see the arrival of the doctor. An elder rushes in, carrying an injured man on his back. We have a patient here. A man states the greatest doctor is present. The doctor replies saying he doesn't want to be called that. The man presenting him explains Yuj Hyuk is the doctor's disciple. He can't speak. Yanchin is shocked, surprised by the question. An elder asks, so why did you choke this child? Gu Yanchin thinks to himself, I'm screwed, remembering the blurry events since meeting a certain person. Gu Yanchin realizes it is his first time hearing about Yuj Hyuk's heritage. He curses his ill fate. Gu Yanchin is at a loss for words. What do I do? He panics internally. Yanchin asks how the elder knew. The elder laughs, replying that he doesn't exactly know either. The elder pleads with the doctor to examine the boy's body, but the doctor refuses. Yanchin is caught off guard as the elder identifies him and mentions his mother, Chunhee. He wonders who this man could be. Gu Yanchin is surprised and wonders, a friend of my mother. A young woman peeks around a corner, her expression cautious and slightly annoyed. She's paying attention to them. Gu Yanchin is shocked to hear he resembles someone called Chunhee as the elder prepares to leave. Gu Yanchin thanks him. An elder proposes trading a leaf of Yang Hyuncho to examine the boy more closely. The doctor is known to covet these rare leaves. Yanchin sighs the elder is acting strange, even referring to his mother. Yanchin states this is the last time he'll listen to him. The elder chuckles. Gu Yanchin remains silent as someone holds his hand, perhaps assessing his condition. Tension hangs heavy in the room. An unknown force pulsates, seemingly linked to the old man's presence and Gu Yanchin's condition. The old man asks, his expression concerned, how are you? Is your body okay? The old man observes, commenting that Gu Yanchin isn't just fine but a walking miracle. Gu Yanchin questions what he means. The old man notices different energies within Gu Yanchin, questioning his ability to even stand. Gu Yanchin admits he absorbed too much. Gu Yanchin realizes what's happening isn't what Elder Shino said before. Someone yells, where were you until now? The old man says it temporarily disconnected from you. He wonders what's happening to him. A voice explains something keeps him alive for now. The old man says to either drain the energy or pray his body doesn't explode. Gu Yanchen still glows with chaotic energy as the old man thinks, "It's much worse than I thought." A girl questions Gu Yanchen's calmness, stating others believe he is near death. He listens, his expression unreadable. Someone says it's not happening yet, as someone else says they could die tomorrow. The final statement is to prepare to return to the family. Gu Yanchen declares that he isn't going anywhere. A voice replies, "Suit yourself." A girl states, "You know they wouldn't care." Her tone is cold and uncaring. The old man suggests they head to the lodging. Yanchen agrees, perhaps feeling the strain of the day. A woman says she will come again. Someone thinks Gu Yanchen is strange, while Elder T confirms it. He could die and yet, he has no. The girl observes Gu Yanchen. Someone says he's given up on life. A voice observes that Gu Yanchen eats well despite his near-death state. Gu Yanchen walks forward, seemingly unfazed. Another questions if he plans to eat his fill before he dies. He shrugs. As a figure looms over him, someone says, "A kid who hasn't lived long." A woman gets into bed ready to sleep. Another asks if it's here, then confirms, "Yeah, with you." Someone says the sect leader said they would be given 2 rooms. Gu Yanchen is surprised that there is only one. A voice warns, "Be cautious when you started hanging out with Elder Yi." Confused by the suggestion, Gu Yanchen watches as a girl says, "I'll just hold your hand and sleep." Silence hangs in the air. Gu Yanchen and the girl are both quiet, lost in their own thoughts. The girl notes, "You laughed." Gu Yanchen responds, "Sorry, it was funny." The girl says, "You laughed at me." Gu Yanchen responds, "Yeah, anyway, have a good night." The girl holds Gu Yanchen's hand, seemingly upset by his earlier laughter. "What is it now?" he asks. The girl is smiling softly at Gu Yanchen, holding his hand tightly. She is at peace. An old man apologizes for disturbing him so late. He stands respectfully, hinting at a pressing matter. The old man says, "It's fine, I was feeling lonely anyway." Someone asks if he's looking for sincerity. He confirms. The old man tells Gu Yanchen that Shaolin and Wuding are searching for him. The old man wonders if Gu Yanchen has found sincerity. He sensed a barrier to protect that sincerity. It didn't cross the line. Gu Yanchen sits, his back to us, presumably listening to the old man. The old man hesitates, wondering if it's appropriate. "Sect leader, may I meet sincerity?" However, a looming threat disrupts the serene atmosphere. A new crisis is about to unfold. Someone asks how babies are made. They are told the stork brings them. Yonghwa carefully descends the seemingly endless stone steps. Her expression is serious, focused on the task at hand. The forest surrounds her path, adding to the solemn atmosphere. The endless stairs seem to taunt Yonghwa as someone reaches the top. The man at the top of the stairs trembles as he witnesses her arrival. He is clearly overwhelmed by her presence. The man nervously asks, "What are you looking at?" as she approaches him. Yonghwa questions him, "Why are you here?" The man defensively replies he is delivering something for his head. The man sees people practicing sword forms and nervously mutters, "I'd like to do that too." An unknown voice speaks to him, stating how he could die at any moment. It continues on to say, "How are you climbing better than me?" Before the man can react, a firm voice interrupts, "Give me what needs delivering, I'll take it." Gu Yanchen pauses, then nervously denies her accusation, saying, worried, "Not at all." Yonghwa, annoyed, says, "So grumpy, can't you just go quickly?" as she is carried up the stairs. Before Gu Yanchen can react, he hears a chilling voice say, "Your body is Gu Hyuk." Gu Yanchen continues, asking if she's seen Jekyll Hai acting strangely. Yonghwa replies nervously, "No, never." Gu Yanchen pauses on the stairs and mutters, "Then it's fine." A voice remarks, "Seongsim doesn't seem like a bad younger sibling." It questions the hostility. The man in fine robes trails off, not knowing what to say. A voice asks, "Doesn't it bother you?" Yonghwa Yanchen thinks his body is a bigger issue than family matters now. He is interrupted. A voice wonders if the two are really siblings. Yonghwa seems indifferent. The old man spreads out a document, explaining the details to Gu Yanchen. Seongsim sits by, observing intently. The old man thinks anyway, as he unrolls the document in front of him. The man says, so that dying bastard had you deliver this worthless letter. The man says, seems to be a big problem yet. Before the old man replies with good, that's a relief. However, a chilling voice interrupts, aren't you afraid of dying? A sinister energy looms over the room. Gu Yanchun sits quietly, seemingly unaware. Gu Yanchun hesitates, unsure how to respond to the sinister energy. He remains silent. The old man regrettably thinks, no, I shouldn't have brought that up. Gu Yanchun replies, yes. Yonghua pauses, lost in thought. Her silence hangs heavy in the air. Gu abruptly asks, is your body all right? The elder replies, all right, as a door shuts. The room falls silent as the sinister energy peaks. A hand grips the robe tightly, knuckles white. A voice echoing in Gu Yanchun's mind abruptly calls him an idiot. The old man asks, did you deliver it properly? Gu Yanchun smirks, yes, he even cursed after reading it. The old man narrows his eyes, responding with a simple, I see. A sinister aura grows. The man remarks the plum blossoms bloomed recently, yet misfortunes come all at once. The old man mentions missing children from Mount Hua. He ties it to Jegal Hyuk's arrival and the sword master. The energy erupts as the old man reveals his true power and says, so. The man gripping the stone column is confronted. A booming voice asks, you found the divine doctor. He appears filled with malicious intent, ready to fight. Whya walks towards the top of the stairs. She seems to be walking quickly, as if she is trying to reach somewhere. Ahead of her, a bulky man struggles up the seemingly endless steps. The bulky man is heavily panting, his ascent proving difficult. Whya is still above him, her expression unreadable. The bulky man stops on the stairs, hearing Whya question him. He pauses, short of breath, claiming he's only delivering an item for his superior. Whya urges him onward. Gu Yanchun watches the bulky man struggle, thinking, I'd like to do that too. Above, a mysterious voice echoes, mocking Gu Yanchun's weak state. How are you climbing better than me? The bulky man demands, hand it over. Above him, Whya offers to take the delivery instead. Above, Whya asks if he's worried, to which he replies, you're just too slow. The bulky man carefully carries Whya, who is annoyed at his slowness, up the stairs. The bulky man struggles onward thinking, my body. Whya considers him, remarking, your body is, Jegal Hyuk. Guonio wonders if Whya has ever seen Jegal Hyuk act strangely. She quickly replies, no, never. The bulky man stops, saying to himself, then it's fine. A voice remarks that Seongsim doesn't seem like a bad younger sibling. The voice asks why they are so hostile. The old man sighs, not sure why things are turning out this way. A voice wonders if it bothers Guonio. Guonio thinks he needs to worry about his body, not his family. Were you talking about my sibling? The mysterious voice wonders aloud if they are truly siblings. The old man shares a map with Guonio and Seongsim, detailing a certain location. What could this mean for their mission? The old man ignores the previous topic, saying anyway while holding a scroll. An old man remarks on a dying bastard, sending a half-dead person with a letter. Meanwhile, the mysterious voice remarks that there seems to be a problem ahead. The old man sighs in relief, as the voice from the darkness asks, aren't you afraid of dying? At the top, an old man sits. A sinister energy exudes from him. Silence fills the air as the group stands together in the room. Below, someone responds, yes, the old man is distressed, telling them to leave. I shouldn't have brought that up. Whya stares ahead with a complicated expression. What could she be thinking? Whya wonders if his body is all right. The old man grants him permission to leave. Back in the room, Whya tightly clenches her fist. What is she thinking about? A voice from above sighs and simply calls out, idiot, directed towards Guonio. The old man asks if the letter was delivered correctly. Guonio confirms the delivery and the old man is pleased. The old man looks down at Guonio and states, I see. He hopes the divine doctor can truly help the Sword Queen's health. The old man suddenly remembers the missing children of Mount Hua. He wonders if it's also related to the Sword Master's arrival. The surrounding area cracks with energy. A powerful presence is felt. A sinister figure slams his hand down, crushing the stone beneath. His eyes burn with malice as he demands, you found the divine doctor. Lying down, the man hears a voice saying, so you found the divine doctor. The voice is laced with malice. The hulking man scowls, unimpressed. His minion stammers, we found a place he might be. So you didn't find him. The hulking man comments, looking at the plum blossom barrier, it's almost certain the divine doctor is there. The hunt continues. The man haws out in pain. The men approach the divine doctor's supposed location. You think he's there. Expected. The hulking man continues, and with that useless information, a sword is readied. How dare you? The hulking man continues, how dare you come back so confidently? He asks for confirmation from Bei Chong. A man now aware of Bei Chong's question mutters, yes. He reflects, really, I have no excuse. It's all my fault. The hulking man says, you know that. He clutches the man beneath him and shouts. Bei Chong falls to the ground, defeated and coughing. Is it really that hard to find a dying old man? Bei Chong groans, apologizing to the branch leader. The hulking man smirks, I'm only sparing you because I'm kind. There's no one as smart as you. Bei Chong begs for mercy, defeated. The hulking man looms above him, unimpressed. He is disappointed in the failure. The hulking man sits unimpressed. Sending you guys back again won't bring me any useful information. The hulking man places his hand on the barrier. A barrier, Elsewhere, Bei Chong, battered and bruised, states, all right, let's do this. Bei Chong speaks through pain, we need to prepare. Go behind the barrier and check for the divine doctor. The man threatens, if not, we'll kill them all. Bei Chong's fate seems sealed. The hulking man asks, how about it, isn't this a perfect plan? Bei Chong is injured on the ground. The hulking man believes his plan is perfect. Yes, it's a brilliant plan. Guonio is tired, I feel like I didn't even do much. A voice tells him to return to the clan. The divine doctor declares, there's no reason to stay, younger sibling won't come. He delivered the plum blossom stone. The divine doctor rejoices, seemingly relieved. He yells out WAAH. Gu Yanchun questions what she's doing. The girl asks, "Don't you remember?" She then states that he agreed to sleep together. Gu Yanchun is embarrassed. "What should I do? I don't remember that at all." Someone asks, where did he go? Siala doesn't know either. The voice booms, "The world sure has changed." Why Siala sits up startled. Gu Yanchun thinks, don't tell me." The old man stirs in his sleep. Young. Why Siala excitedly shouts, "Master, together, to sleep, sleep." She pulls the blanket back. Why Siala and another woman smile while Gu Yanchun prepares to leave. He's taking his leave. The woman is seemingly teleporting away. She leaves quickly under the moonlight. Gu Yanchun dreams are filled with bright lights and lightning. He wakes up teary-eyed, lying down and exhausted. Gu Yanchun is sleeping in the middle, Yanchun Siala to his left. The woman to the right is still wide awake. Gu Yanchun is startled awake. He tries to push a hand off his face. What is going on? Frustrated, Gu Yanchun thinks, F***CK. Another obstacle stands in his way. The chirping of birds echoes through the area. The blue skies fill with sunlight. Gu Yanchun awakens to find two women sleeping soundly by his side. What is this situation? Gu Yanchun hears a voice calling for help as another calls him ungrateful. Old man. The old man grumbles about being held too tight. Gu Yanchun thinks of how awkward this is. A voice booms, "It'll be a huge problem." Two women stand near Gu Yanchun as he lays unconscious. Gu Yanchun lays in bed, resting after the chaotic events that just occurred. Someone says, "I'll wait outside." The door slides open with a creak. Gu Yanchun notices the two girls are still asleep with him. First, "I should wake these guys up." A sleepy voice calls out, telling Gu there's a bug on his waist. Gu Yanchun wonders if waking up was always this difficult for him. One girl yells, "Where's the bug?" Looking up at the bright sky, Gu Yanchun wonders so. Another asks, "Why are you here?" A girl tells Gu Yanchun that his master wants to see him. What? Annoyed, Gu Yanchun asks if she came all this way just to tell him that. She replies that she's here for the tournament. Someone states that they said what they needed to, calling the friends ugly. Surprised by the remark, Gu Yanchun wonders why she would call him ugly. What? The two girls peer out the window, giggling at something they see outside. He really is ugly. Standing in the doorway, the woman asks why they came out here. Another clenches their jaw, no need to know. A door slams shut. Someone walks away as Gu Yanchun realizes who's next to him. Wait, is that? The girl next to Gu Yanchun stares at him with a piercing gaze. From afar, a voice yells, "Opa!" The voice echoes throughout the Gu clan. Sniffling, the young girl demands they come out, as she can't find them. Peeking through the bushes, the girl is confused, wondering what's going on. A demonic presence bursts into the room, roaring loudly. Why Siala is stunned by this sudden arrival. The girl is crying and screaming, "Hyyhhh, sorry, sorry, sorry." Someone is running away from her. The little girl sniffs, upset. "Sorry, I didn't mean to make you cry." Gu Yanchun trails off, wondering what he should do for Ryonghua to forgive him. Then the little girl is seen tugging on Gu Yanchun's sleeve, irritated. The guards look at each other as one says, "Yonseo Nuna did that." Yeah, a figure says, "I see." Gu Yanchun gently pats Ryonghua's head, wondering if she sees him as family. With a loud crash, the ground shakes. It appears someone has arrived. The person wipes their mouth, looking exhausted. If you're already exhausted at this level. Someone's feet scuff against the ground, while another is ready to attack. A figure practices sword techniques outside. The sounds of the sword echo. Gu Yanchun reaches towards his sword, coughing heavily. He weakly rises to his feet. Wincing in pain, Yonseo coughs up blood as swords fly in the air. Yonseo struggles to stand up, coughing as blood drips down her chin. Her vision blurs. Above him, someone thinks it's frustrating no matter how hard it gets. The person draws their sword. A drop of sweat trickles down her face. You must never put down your sword. Yonseo holds her sword, pointing the blade right at Gu Yanchun's head. An older man holds a sword while Y Siala bows before him, looking upwards in anticipation. He is testing her. The silver-haired woman thinks, This is the girl who was with my brother. She hesitates but refuses to accept any help. I don't need your help. The woman questions Whyala's reason for being here, but she deflects. The woman smiles, clearly impressed by Whyala's display. A voice grunts, seemingly frustrated. The woman is confused, she thinks, what is with her? The woman advises Whyala to relax more, but she asks, sorry. The woman states, you're using too much force to hold your sword. Relax a bit more. The woman scoffs, stating Whyala doesn't look like she's ever held a sword. Whyala retorts, unimpressed by her. The woman turns to Whyala, a smirk on her face. Then do you want to try fighting me? Whyala stands far away. The woman scoffs, asking if she'll even draw her sword. Whyala says it's fine despite the difficulty. The woman says she can do as she likes. The woman is suddenly attacking her, moving at an incredible speed. Just don't regret it later on. The woman and Whyala clash swords with incredible speed. The sound of their swords fills the air. The woman is incredibly fast. A thought bubble pops up. Relax. Whyala manages to block the woman's incredibly fast attack with her sword. The woman and Whyala are still clashing. The woman says, you need to relax. The woman states like this. As she's suddenly surrounded by lightning, Whyala is shocked by the sudden shift. The electricity crackles around her, ready to strike. Whyala is overwhelmed. Whyala is on the ground after the attack. The electrical energy fills the area. The woman stands with her sword. Whyala kneels on the ground, defeated. The woman, seemingly unbothered, asks, what is your relationship with that bastard? The woman questions Whyala, asking why she's with someone like him. She claims he doesn't deserve her. The woman smirks to herself. Way too good, she thinks, with a man standing behind her in the distance. The woman stares, thinking he's not ugly. Whyala looks down, sorry. Suddenly, a voice booms, you're gonna get a scolding. The woman, amidst the fading electricity, says, if you talk like that. The two swords clash, with energy bursting from the point of impact. A man suddenly grabs Whyala from behind, asking, what are you doing right now? After the fight, the woman tells Whyala, she said that you're ugly. Whyala coldly responds, so what? Behind the boy, a voice asks, who is she? Whyala quietly asks, sorry. The woman asks, who is she for you to take her side? The woman then scoffs, muttering, taking my side. The woman is shocked and taken aback, but Whyala shouts, I don't need your help. Guonio awkwardly thanks the woman for the intense training session. She looks unamused. The woman thinks Whyala took etiquette lessons. She asks, why doesn't she have any manners? The woman is shocked by Guonio's words. She asks, your biological sister. Guonio is suspicious, asking what else? The woman pauses, stating more. Guonio watches the woman leave with Whyala. He thinks, I'm done for. Guonio thinks, I am totally done for, realizing the gravity of the situation. After the incident with Hwa, everything seems to have taken a turn for the worse. Namgung Baya wandered around Mount Hua in a daze, muttering everything was ruined. Guonio stretches and happily says welcome. Gu Juliop replies, asking where his sister Gu Yonseo has gone. The title card appears, Childhood Friend of the Zenith, Episode 51. Someone asks about the Sword Master's return. She doesn't know. The Sword Master's trips are getting longer. Guonio decides to act. The busy marketplace buzzes with activity as Guonio walks with purpose. A merchant calls out, advertising monster parts sourced directly from the Alliance. Take your pick. Guonio inquires about magic stones sourced recently. The merchant is taken aback by the unusual request. The merchant smirks, thinking to himself about how he might profit from this. A guard confirms magic stones are nowhere to be found. He tells Guonio he doesn't think they're sold around here. The magic stone is like a monster's heart, potent when inside, useless when outside. It seems that Guonio's life is tied to the demonic heaven absorption art. Someone points out monster numbers have decreased recently. Guonio wonders aloud what is going on. The speaker states they are leaving with some information. While gone, he gathered information to help Mount Hua warriors. Gu Yanchun contemplates that discussing the divine doctor would be disrespectful. Therefore, he can't take Mu Yon with him. Gu Yanchun smiles thinking, I wonder what Hongwa made for dinner today. A plate of burnt fish is served. Gu Yanchun beams, young master, eat up, Siala made grilled fish. The men are shocked when they see the fish. Siala smiles brightly, insisting, please eat it. Siala tears up, saying, don't cry, after receiving the dish. Gu Yanchun tells the men to head first. He will follow shortly after. Someone offers to accompany Gu Yanchun in case he needs to stop somewhere. Gu Yanchun replies coldly that he prefers to go alone. Someone comments that her steps are too big. Siala responds with a cheerful yes. As they walked through the dark forest, a twig snapped underfoot. A rustling sound breaks the silence. An enemy appears behind Siala, asking what they're doing here. Siala replies, what do you mean, can't you see? Gu Yanchun reflects that Siala apologized, even though he begged her. Someone says, then the sun is going to set soon, time for dinner. The enemy wonders who the second person is. He mutters quietly, Ryunghwa. A voice yells that Siala might die if they don't hurry. He's shocked. The enemy says, I'll go first, your sister. Siala tightens her grip on her swords. Siala stares down at her trembling hands, tears welling in her eyes. Gu Yanchun is concerned. A voice scolds the young girl, telling her that she is annoying. Tears stream down Siala's face as she calls out for Oppa. Above, someone is angry, I told you not to call me Oppa. Below, Siala stands silently. A voice booms, telling them to shut their mouths and to live quietly. The enemy attacks Siala. The forest air crackles with the force of the blow. Ryunghwa prepares to attack. Tears fall from her eyes as she is thinking. She mutters, Ryunghwa. The enemy raises his sword high above his head. The air around him crackles with power. An enemy appears to have sliced Siala, telling her to bloom now. The marketplace buzzes with festival preparations. Vendors advertise freshly picked yangmei and last batch of silk. A skewer shop reopens for the first time in a while. A hungry Gu Yanchun eyes the skewer. A small boy tugs his sleeve, sorry, this is my sister's food. Gu Yanchun eats skewers thinking, if it tastes good I'll buy some for master too. Ryunghwa brings his meal. Gu Rayun stares at the skewer in her hand. She realizes Gu Yanchun is buying the snacks again and says, Master. A man scolds a small child eating a skewer, what are you doing here? Your sister has been looking for you. Gu Yanchun sees a white-robed figure walking away. Footsteps echo through the halls. Gu Rayun clenches her fist thinking, I want to stay with you, master. Panting, Gu Yanchun races up the stone steps. He needs to reach her. A white-robed figure leaves as she happily recalls recent events. She says, I have so much to tell you, master. The white-robed figure is struck by a blinding light. She falls backwards into the forest, overwhelmed by a powerful force. The white-robed figure gasps as she falls. She thinks, this wasn't something I expected. Liking the surprise, she whispers, I like it. A hulking man wonders where she suddenly came from. The figure demands to know who they are. An enemy scoffs, questioning if she even knows Yahello's name. A dark figure speaks, warning that harm would be a shame. They urge someone to tell Mount Hua. The hulking man menacingly grins, warning Ryunghwa to think carefully. Ryunghwa stutters, realizing she is all alone. An ominous energy explodes around a figure with silver hair. Above the girl a voice booms, run. She smiles, young master, are you awake? Gu Yanchun tells Gu Rayun that he has errands and can't bring her along. He reminds her that the secret sanctuary should stay that way. I'll bring back chicken skewers. Gu Rayun hurries Gu Yanchun along, telling him not to cause trouble. She insists that he must wait for her. A voice wonders why Gu Yanchun is suddenly insulting him. He argues he doesn't look like a praying mantis. Infuriated, the spirit threatens to burn Gu Yanchun alive. A voice cries out, offended by the comment on ugly people. Ryunghwa runs to Gu Yanchun, shouting, Oppa, something big happened. Ryunghwa sobs, Unnai Baya Unnai. She realizes that Namgung Baya is in danger. Distant thunder rumbles across the star-filled sky. Something is happening far away. Yahello clashes with Ryunghwa, questioning why she's protecting the divine doctor. Blinding energy erupts as Yahello unleashes his attack. He aims for Ryunghwa's face, yelling. Ryunghwa struggles to withstand the force. She grits her teeth, overwhelmed. Clashing steel echoes as Yahello and Ryunghwa engage in a fierce battle. The air crackles with immense energy, SSS. Yahello blasts power toward the sky and mutters about taking someone down. He is just imagining it. Blasts of blue energy engulf the area. Amidst the chaos, Yahello grunts, his power intensifying. He realizes this is the Namgungs. Yahello sees the sovereign sword form. It's the first time I've seen it since the battlefield, but it's still weak and slow. Yahello dodges Ryunghwa's attack. He realizes, no, this attack is fake. Ryunghwa shouts the real one is. Energy erupts as she unleashes a devastating strike. Ryunghwa unleashes a final, desperate attack, roaring with furious energy. The ground cracks under her power. Yahello smirks, realizing Ryunghwa is associated with the Gu and Namgung clans. Ryunghwa falters, what could this be? Yahello says that was an interesting trick, but... Yahello faces Ryunghwa, saying she's never killed anyone before. Yahello towers over Ryunghwa, declaring, that's why you lose. The hulking man seals Ryunghwa's pressure points. He states he'll cherish her for decades. In the dark, a lone figure laments, I won't be able to see you again. The man stands over Ryunghwa, annoyed. Since I know you won't listen, at least hide properly. Yahello takes the brunt of the energy. Someone mutters in relief. A burst of energy knocks Ryunghwa away. Ah, she gasps, caught off guard by the force. In his past life, Namgung Baya lost her life trying to save him. Gu Yanchun remembers a vision. He sees Namgung Baya and others smiling up at someone menacing. This is his past. The heavenly demon believes he can set things right this time around. But then, his attention shifts to the scene before him. But what if that's not the case, he wonders. What if it's just another repetition of the same hell? A sinister figure looms over him, a reflection of his past sins. Am I just? A surge of fiery power overwhelms him and he screams no, in denial. The dark energy surges. Oh ho, is it finally starting to crack? The sinister voice mocks him. The shadowy figure wonders who dares to resist his dark influence. And you are. The sinister voice is amused as demonic energy erupts from Gu Yanchun. The demonic energy explodes around him, raw and untamed. He grits his teeth. The overwhelming demonic energy explodes outwards with enough power to destroy the ground below him. The dark figure senses a familiar power, so you're one of the Gu clan. He crashes through the gate. I was planning to visit you someday. The sinister figure scoffs, dismissing Gu Yanchun's power, but at most, he's just a late-stage warrior. The demonic energy clashes with the barrier. Gu Yanchun is sent flying backward. What the hell? The man yells in surprise. The figure is impressed with Gu Yanchun's resistance. He's actually fun to play with, the figure yells out. The sinister figure mocks Gu Yanchun, belittling his strength. Are you scared? Gu Yanchun's raw power strikes the sinister figure. Ugh, kaha. The sinister figure laughs, unfazed by the earlier attack. Now this is a real fight. The sinister voice tells him to calm down. His uncontrolled rage is proving to be dangerous. The sinister figure is unscathed, his words echoing. It only creates openings. Gu Yanchun coughs as he plummets to the ground. My Danshan, he cries. The sinister figure struggles, shocked that this kind of monster is supposed to be a late-stage warrior. The sinister figure is shocked, thinking, even in the Black Knight Palace none are this strong. The demonic figure strikes with immense power. Gu Yanchun is struggling to survive the attack. The sinister figure's attack connects, a devastating blow. Gu Yanchun is sent crashing down, blood splattering. Under the starry sky, Gu Yanchun lies defeated. The scene is devastating as a mysterious power looms nearby. A bloodied fist clenches in the night, the trees around it are on fire. A figure is on their knees, likely the target of the powerful blow. Gu Yanchun's name escapes her lips, tears welling in her eyes. She demands it stops, overwhelmed by the stench of demonic energy. An overwhelming stench fills the air, it's the worst smell ever. Gu Yanchun stands, covered in wounds, confused that the enemy still lives. Why Allah cries out, fearing what Gu Yanchun is becoming. In the fiery landscape, another figure pants exhausted. Gu Yanchun is consumed by demonic energy, his body losing control. Whya pleads for him to stop. Amidst the burning landscape, a figure cradles Gu Yanchun's body. She whispers his name in disbelief. Whya, meanwhile, in the shadow. Inside the cavern, hooded figures murmur about their prolonged wait. Outside, a newcomer approaches, questioning their identity and intentions. A swordsman confronts intruders, questioning how they infiltrated. He accuses them of targeting the children of Mount Gu, confusion mounting. The swordsman demands answers, threatening to behead the old man. The old man scoffs, calling them second-rate thugs. Realizing the threat, the swordsman's eyes widen in surprise. The figure shouts for Commander Bei after seeing the sword. He realizes swords are dangerous. He has discovered the mastermind. One figure reveals Yahello is targeting Mount Hua's children. He instructs the sword master to ensure their annihilation. The old man declares that anyone with humanity should surrender. Others believe the children are too dangerous to be left alive. On a battlefield, shadows remark about the foolish. Gu Yanchun awakens in shock. Gu Yanchun gasps awake in a panic. A voice tells him to calm down after being asleep for 2 days. The old man warns Gu Yanchun not to move. He tells him that if energy shifts, he risks chi deviation. Gu Yanchun is confused. The old man scoffs, having burned a yin moon spore. Gu Yanchun winces in pain, recalling the old man's warning about his energy. The old man notices Gu Yanchun's energy settled. Gu Yanchun asks about Lady Namgung and his younger sibling. The old man says not to worry. Relief washes over them, exhaustion evident under the moon. Young master of the Yin King, one says. Gu Yanchun hears someone ask if medicine will help him recover. It was my first unintended kill, he heard eat it. Gu Yanchun reflects on the divine doctor's words, but his body feels stiff. Demonic energy still swirls around him. Gu Yanchun's eyes widen with realization, disbelief washing over him. Wait a minute, this is impossible, he exclaims. From afar, a voice booms, sensing a familiar yet unwelcome energy. Demonic energy. The leader learns Yahello was in charge of the exterminated Shanxi branch. He contemplates this revelation with a thoughtful hem. The figure explains the fallen master was a peak of perfection master. They question who killed him. An eerie glow emanates as a voice declares the plan has hit a snag, but they are almost there. Gu Yanchun, disoriented, sits alone, eyes glowing with a strange power. The memory haunts him. Gu Yanchun calls for his grandfather, prompting a response. A woman says, the young master is with Bai'a Anai. The old man says Gu Yanchun recovered quickly because he's young. Gu Yanchun reaches out, Grandpa. I. The author thanks the readers for enjoying Childhood Friend of the Zenith. Season 1 has concluded.